René Sokmak di Fumbi, le mignon. Amuyana banga boma, amuyana banga boma. Asawa miye, asawa miye, mengana monde, asawa miye, asawa miye. Wami mutaka le mono, asawa miye, wamengana banga, asawa miye, wami ngani bale, asawa miye, wami ngana monde, asawa miye. Honorable Peter William Manjo, Biene Albert Ifoyou, Binek. Augustin Moine le banquier, Patrick Moukala, le patron de Madrid. Michel Michaud Moussala, très puissant. Des combats naniti dans les potions aya. Dans les bottes à ma aya. London dans les potions aya. Le mine na umboto, on look à ma aya. Emile Beauté. Nelendola ni suya hoye. Tanunu makutano. Nelendola ni suya hoye. Nikule nelendola ni suya hoye. Tanunu kanakanoba. Nelendola ni suya hoye. Tanunu koba kanuba no nelendola ni suya hoye. Tanunu monokubano. Nelendola ni suya hoye. Nikule nelendola ni suya hoye. Oscar Olivier. Le blanc des Manel et à Maurice. Jérôme Mbangelian, Mousseni Guillaume, tout est né. de Justin Bambouka. Gabriel Essakal, la sagesse des bananes. Charles Iloga, le modèle. Mouyenga Eli.
Regretté Tiana Pierre, version Alima, dédié au peuple Bamoun, au peuple des Chariens, peuple des guerriers. Oui, peuple Bamoun, je te confie un secret. Pour le progrès du monde, assemblons-nous plus qu'il n'en faut. Ne rêvons pas que cela viendra d'ailleurs, car tout dépend de nous pour l'émergence du Noun. Oui, mes chers frères, mieux vaut tard que jamais. Si nous voulons bien réussir, alors apaisons nos rancœurs. Donnons-nous la main, puisque l'union fait la force. Mais aussi prions Dieu pour recevoir cette grâce. Peuple du pays Bamoun, je te souffle un code pour construire notre nom natal. Apprenons à nous supporter. Il est inutile de valider les ondits. Laissons les polémiques, cela ne fait qu'avancer. Un que ponta pas même, faut dire j'en poids. Wakimba fushangu yupoa, antami popa ne fusha. Popa mbona, malo swana mwa. Et à toi pengera, fembe nous po fiem. Alice Blanchet, et là-bas à Paris bien sûr. Mama Chetou, direction Anthony. André Ndikam de Mourou. Mes chers frères du Noun, retenons ceci. Pour que nous avancions, prenons l'exemple de nos aïeux. Ils se sont battus pour hériter cette région. Il revient à nous, oui, de la moderniser. Mes très chers frères, mieux vaut tard que jamais. Réunissons tous nos efforts, physiques, moraux, financiers. Donnons-nous la main, puisque dans l'unité tout est possible. Au nom de nos ancêtres, faisons la paix, nous vaincrons. Du pont du Noun à Fumban, tenons-nous.
Mets dans la main.
Poupa, Bobo, Jitit, Jika, Fessé, tenez-vous.
Mets dans la main.
De Balaken à Bangouren, tenons-nous.
Mets dans la main.
Mambet, Latam, Jimbam, Mangum, c'est aussi ensemble.
Mets dans la main.
De Fumot à Masangam, tenons-nous.
Mets dans la main.
Machiben, Bakwop, Shankap, Dinga, toujours.
Mets dans la main.
De Maka à Koptame, tenons-nous.
Mets dans la main.
Koutaba, Koundem, Koufen, Baïko, Mafu la Blanche.
Mets dans la main.
Salsa, Emilio de Jamo, écoute-moi ça. Eba, Janetta si Maryland, Eba, tourne-moi ça. Ma Sabine de Lambaréné. Alors j'allais oublier. Christian Point de Tour. Balance, balance, balance. Eba. Père Ousseini, mon père personnel. Bamoun d'Afrique et de l'Europe, tenez-vous.
Mets dans la main.
Du Canada et des USA, tenez-vous.
Mets dans la main.
De l'Antarctique et d'Amérique, tenez-vous.
Mets dans la main.
Bamoun d'Asie et de l'Australie, tenez-vous.
Mets dans la main.
Antiquaire et Zaguina, tenez-vous.
Mets dans la main.
Les memiques, Wopambone, Entraînez-vous.
Mets dans la main.
Prince Joe Black de Maryland. Bosco, Jean-Jacques et Amadou, tenons-nous.
Mets dans la main.
Salsa.
Ça c'est la musique de Nelly. The seconds are the mirror. You don't need that much. Somebody else. Look at her beauty. No need to change. Nobody needs to validate. You're perfect like you are. See, I love myself. See, I love myself. I love myself, oh, just the way I am. Ils vont essayer de t'apprendre ta vie. La source primaire de ton bonheur, c'est toi-même. Les gens vont essayer d'expliquer qui tu es. Les jaloux vont toujours parler. Ils vont parler, juger, dénigrer. Quoi qu'ils disent, il faut avancer. Dis-le, tu sais bien qui tu es. Aïe, il faut les laisser parler. Il faut les laisser parler.
Bon après-midi, madame, salut monsieur, vous êtes sur AfriqueToday et c'est votre émission préférée, l'invité du dimanche. Comme vous le savez, l'invité du dimanche, c'est une émission qui passe tous les dimanches en direct sur AfriqueToday. Vous pouvez nous regarder en direct sur 4 plateformes, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter et sur notre website www.afriquetoday.com. Je m'appelle Alain Pierre. Alors aujourd'hui, c'est dimanche, alors j'ai le plaisir d'avoir ici dans les studios d'AfriqueToday, Monsieur Ngumbe Mimbe Hervé Cédric. Il est le PDG fondateur de la fondation Yes Health. Il est actuellement en direct avec nous sur AfriqueToday. J'espère que la connexion ne va pas nous lâcher. Alors, Monsieur Cédric, si vous nous écoutez, vous êtes du côté de Yaoundé actuellement. Comment allez-vous?
Bon après-midi, monsieur Alain Pierre. Bon après-midi, chers téléspectateurs. Ici le Cameroun, ici Yaoundé. Bon après-midi aussi à tous les habitants des États-Unis, les Camerounais qui vivent là-bas. Et bon après-midi à toutes les femmes enceintes, quel qu'en soit leur lieu de résidence. Bon après-midi, je vais bien avec un peu de soleil à Yaoundé. Sur Yaoundé, on va bien et il y a la santé. Merci.
Alors, monsieur Cédric, alors je viens de parler de vous là, vous êtes non seulement le PDG fondateur, vous êtes le PDG de l'association YEFSK, mais vous êtes aussi le fondateur de cette association. Essayez de nous parler de vous. Qui est monsieur Ngumbe Mimbe Hervé Cédric, si on me posait la question? Qui êtes-vous?
Merci, monsieur Alain Pierre. C'est pas facile de parler de soi, mais je pense que je vais essayer. Voilà, je suis Ngumbe Mimbe Hervé Cédric. Je suis jeune Camerounais et il faut dire que à la base, je suis technicien de laboratoire médical formé à l'ISTAC Santé, promotion 2017. Alors, du coup, j'ai été passionné, j'ai été fasciné. Un jour, j'ai rendu visite à une amie et à l'hôpital, elle venait d'accoucher. Et du coup, il y a un truc qui s'est passé, Juste à côté d'elle, il y avait une autre dame qui venait de perdre son bébé. Et du coup, d'après mes renseignements, d'après ce que j'ai entendu, elle n'avait pas suivi toutes ses consultations prénatales. Et du coup, ça m'a fait ça m'a saisi dans le cœur et j'ai décidé, pourquoi pas me lancer dans la cause de la femme enceinte? Pourquoi ne pas défendre la santé de la femme enceinte? Et c'est du coup, c'est d'où tout est parti. Depuis le 20 juillet 2018, la fondation Yes Health est née grâce à moi. Et voilà, cette fondation est née dans le cadre d'appuyer, de promouvoir, améliorer l'état de santé de la femme enceinte, favoriser son accès aux soins et lutter contre les pressions sociales. Vous savez qu'au Cameroun, en Afrique subsaharienne, beaucoup de femmes enceintes meurent chaque année des suites du manque de consultation prénatale. Par moments, elles cachent la grossesse et elles subissent dans leur environnement les pressions sociales. Donc, la fondation Yes Health est née pour déjà valoriser la femme enceinte, lui donner du sourire, comprendre qu'elle ne vit pas ses 9 à 11, 12 mois seule. Il y a une organisation qui la permet de pouvoir s'épanouir à travers les consultations, à travers les services que nous on offre. Donc, du coup, voilà, je vais présenter les services que nous offrons à toute femme enceinte. Le premier service, c'est le service Care. Care, c'est déjà le premier pan, déjà qui consiste à consulter les femmes enceintes, réaliser les examens médicaux, les suivre dans leur grossesse, les échographies, les 3 échographies qu'elles doivent faire, et l'accouchement viendra sans difficulté. Nous avons le deuxième service qui est appelé Mom Vidéo, qui permet à toutes ces mères dans le monde entier qui ont eu déjà à concevoir, avoir des enfants, de pouvoir sensibiliser les jeunes femmes mariées, les jeunes filles qui veulent accoucher. Il faudrait ici un certain partage d'expérience, c'est-à-dire les mamans conscientes les plus jeunes. Nous avons le troisième service, le service Fitness. Donc, où la femme enceinte, déjà, dans ce service, nous promotons l'amélioration de la de la santé de la femme enceinte grâce au sport, comme le yoga, aquabiking, voilà, comme la marche, la natation. Il faut dire que la natation permet déjà à la femme enceinte de pouvoir lutter contre le stress, le doute, et de pouvoir lui permettre d'avoir un corps leste et de pouvoir reprendre confiance en elle. Nous avons aussi le service Mom Coaching. Pour toutes ces femmes, lorsqu'elles sont enceintes, elles prennent du poids, elles n'ont plus confiance en elles, elles manquent de confiance en elles. Et du coup, ce volet de développement personnel leur permet déjà de retrouver la confiance en soi, de retrouver l'estime de soi, la responsabilité, de pouvoir se sentir en forme. Et ensuite, le dernier service, c'est le service Help Out, service qui permet un accompagnement pour toutes les femmes enceintes qui se sentent seules. Nous avons aussi ce service qui leur permet on les accompagne à travers ce service et du coup, elles accouchent dans de très bonnes conditions à travers le respect strict de tous les conseils que nous leur donnons. Voilà.
Wow, Monsieur Cédric, c'est très intéressant ce que vous faites et merci de nous avoir, vous m'avez presque tout dit là, bon, en quelques minutes. Bon, mais nous avons des questions, j'ai des questions à vous poser. Cette association Healthcare, elle existe depuis combien de temps?
Voilà, merci pour la question, Monsieur Alain Pierre. Et du coup, l'association existe depuis le 20 juillet 2018, c'est-à-dire elle est légalisée auprès des autorités du gouvernement camerounais depuis le 20 juillet 2018.
Ok. Et c'est-à-dire, le but de cette association, comme vous venez de l'expliquer, c'est d'aider les femmes enceintes, c'est ça, non?
Exactement, Monsieur Alain Pierre.
Donc, j'ai essayé de suivre votre parcours, mais je n'ai pas suivi quelque part là que vous êtes docteur. Pourquoi avez-vous décidé, un jeune garçon comme vous, de créer une association pour des femmes enceintes au Cameroun?
D'accord. Déjà, Monsieur Alain Pierre, il faudrait noter que je suis diplômé en technique de laboratoire médical à la base. Donc, je suis dans le domaine de la médecine depuis 2014. Et voilà, le simple fait comme je l'ai dit au départ, d'avoir vu une femme qui venait de perdre son bébé parce qu'elle n'avait pas suivi toutes les consultations prénatales. Et c'est ce qui déjà m'a fait réfléchir. Et je me suis dit que si une femme déjà perd son bébé de suite du manque de consultation, de consultation prénatale, ça veut dire qu'il y a beaucoup de femmes qui souffrent. Il y a beaucoup de femmes qui prennent cela à la légère. Il y a certaines femmes, lorsqu'elles sont à leur troisième bébé, elles se disent que voilà, j'ai déjà eu 2 bébés, je n'ai plus besoin de ces consultations. Bah, ça ne m'est pas important. Je suis une ancienne, comme on dit. Je ne suis plus une primipare dans cela. Donc, du coup, voilà, je vais faire mes 4 mois, 5 mois après, je viens à l'hôpital, on essaie déjà de faire une échographie. Elle ne sait pas que dès le premier mois, parce que dès le premier mois de la 12e déjà à la 16e semaine, ici, là, il est question déjà de confirmer le diagnostic de la grossesse et de dater la grossesse. Il est question de faire la première échographie et c'est durant cette première échographie qu'on va voir par exemple le tronc du bébé, les bras, les jambes. Et durant cette première consultation, il faut identifier les facteurs de risque comme la trisomie 21 qui, si elle n'est pas détectée ou traitée, l'enfant peut naître avec des retards mentaux. Il est aussi question de détecter est-ce qu'il y a une malformation du fœtus. Est-ce que l'enfant est bien né? Et ici, dans la première consultation, il est question aussi déjà de vérifier l'éducation de la femme, son alimentation. Qu'est-ce qu'elle mange? Est-ce qu'elle prend trop de caféine qui n'est pas important, qui est responsable de certaines maladies chez la femme enceinte? Il faut faire des dépistages, notamment le dépistage du VIH-Sida, le dépistage de l'hépatite B, le dépistage de l'hépatite C même déjà. Il faut faire des vaccins. Il faut lui donner des vaccins anti-tétaniques pour prévenir le tétanos. Il faut faire des examens. Il y a la NFS, numérotation formée sanguine, pour voir si est-ce qu'elle n'est pas prédisposée à une anémie, à une sorte d'anémie. Vous voyez un peu. Donc, du coup, ça, c'est la première. Quand une femme déjà constate qu'elle a perdu ses règles, que du coup, le moment où elle devait avoir ses règles ne vient pas 2 à 3 semaines à 1 mois, elle devrait déjà acheter un test de grossesse en pharmacie et à travers la première heure du matin, de constater, parce que généralement sur le test de grossesse, quand il y a 2 bandes qui s'affichent, du coup, elle devrait savoir que bon, voilà, je suis enceinte. Et en venant vers nous ou en se rendant dans un hôpital plus proche, du coup, le docteur, le gynécologue, la sage-femme pourra constater, ou le maïticien constater que voilà, elle est en période de grossesse. Donc, c'est tout cela qui voilà.
Waouh, mais vous connaissez tellement des termes techniques que je me demande si vous-même vous n'êtes pas docteur, ça comment comment ça se fait que vous connaissez tellement, vous avez fait des études sur des femmes enceintes?
Oui, monsieur Alain Pierre, du coup, je suis dans le domaine de la médecine et j'ai été dans plusieurs hôpitaux en tant que stagiaire professionnel, en tant que personnel médical. Et du coup, lorsqu'on est à l'hôpital, on apprend chaque jour, on apprend de tout et nous sommes entourés des personnels médicaux et chaque jour, on consulte, chaque jour, on est éduqué, on participe à des forums. Voilà, c'est tout ce qui nous entoure, qui nous donne de l'expérience. Et à travers le temps, on a de l'expérience, monsieur Alain Pierre.
Vous avez de l'expérience. Oui, nous allons beaucoup parler de vos projets et de ce que vous avez fait plus tard, mais nous continuons à entrer un peu dans plus de détails dans ce que vous êtes en train de faire actuellement pour des femmes enceintes. Donc actuellement, comment cela se passe? Vous collaborez avec des docteurs, comment cela se passe? Allô? Ben, nous avons quelques petits problèmes techniques là. Nous allons prendre une petite pause et nous allons revenir tout à l'heure. Vous savez, c'est le direct. Nous allons prendre une petite pause publicitaire si la technique nous le permet. Nous allons prendre une petite pause publicitaire et nous allons revenir tout à l'heure juste après la pause publicitaire. Merci. Retour donc sur AfriqueToday, on avait ces petits problèmes de connexion et nous sommes toujours là en direct avec Monsieur Cédric qui transpire déjà du côté du Cameroun, mais tout est bon. Alors, je vois que vous n'êtes pas de très bonne humeur aujourd'hui, Monsieur Cédric.
Non, ça va, tout va bien, Monsieur Alain Pierre, tout va bien et je pense que tout va bien et merci déjà pour cette interview. Et il faudrait noter que nous sommes appuyés par AfriqueToday, qui est l'un de nos partenaires qui nous encourage, qui est toujours près de nous et qui nous permet de pouvoir nous exprimer.
Oui, ben, on était en train de parler là tout à l'heure avant qu'on ait cette petite coupure. Vous savez, c'est le direct, ça arrive parfois de temps en temps. Avant qu'on ait cette petite coupure là, on parlait comment avez-vous fait pour, c'est-à-dire comment avez-vous des contacts, comment vous faites pour amener des gens au niveau des hôpitaux? Avez-vous collaboré, vous, avec des hôpitaux ou alors comment tout cela se passe du côté du Cameroun? Allô?
Oui, je vous suis. Vous me suivez?
Oui, on vous suit, mais on a l'impression que vous avez des petits problèmes d'image.
Je pense que voilà, c'est bon, ça va?
Non.
Oui, je suis.
Je crois que vous avez des petits problèmes d'image, monsieur.
C'est bon. Allô?
Oui, mais je ne vous vois pas sur l'écran là de contrôle là. Est-ce que vous pouvez
Oui,
essayer
oui, oui, c'est bon.
de vous
Oui,
reconnecter? Reconnectez-vous s'il
et
vous plaît.
voilà. Voilà. Donc,
Ok, allez-y.
Quelle était déjà la question?
J'aimerais savoir si, j'aimerais savoir si, si vous avez des relations avec des hôpitaux de la place pour pouvoir recevoir toutes ces femmes-là.
Donc, déjà, nous sommes en partenariat avec le centre de diagnostic médical derrière la Cameco, où nous avons notre bureau là-bas, où nous recevons ces femmes enceintes. Donc, à Yaoundé, premièrement, nous avons un partenariat avec un partenaire et du coup, nous pouvons exercer tout pleinement.
Donc, cela veut dire que donc, lorsque les femmes enceintes ont des petits soucis, lorsque les femmes enceintes veulent vous contacter, vous pouvez aller avec elles dans ces centres d'hôpitaux, correct?
Oui, nous avons nos collègues, donc les collègues de la fondation qui y travaillent et nous pouvons les référer là-bas sans souci.
Et quel est le contrat que vous avez avec ces hôpitaux qui reçoivent ces femmes enceintes?
Bon, déjà, nous essayons de nous faire connaître et du coup, quand on consulte ces femmes enceintes, nous avons ce qu'on appelle, vous savez, le partenariat, c'est ça, c'est le partenariat, c'est une affaire de s'entendre, de s'unir pour la cause, pour une bonne cause. Et après, on voit comment est-ce que, voilà, comment est-ce que notre organisation peut progresser, comment est-ce qu'on peut grandir, et voilà.
Ok, donc nous allons, avant de passer au projet, j'ai quelques questions à vous poser, quelques 3 ou 5 questions à vous poser, étant donné que vous avez une très bonne maîtrise dans les questions de femmes enceintes. Je rappelle à ceux qui nous regardent actuellement que je suis actuellement en direct du côté du Cameroun avec Monsieur Gobe Mimbe Hervé Cédric. Il est le PDG fondateur de la fondation Yes Health. Il est actuellement en direct avec nous du côté du Cameroun et pour nous répondre à ces questions concernant non seulement cette association mais aussi concernant la femme enceinte. Alors, comment identifier une grossesse à risque?
D'accord. Déjà, pour recenser une grossesse à risque, voilà, il faudrait premièrement tester la tension de la femme enceinte. Parce qu'il y a la tension normale et lorsqu'elle est au-dessus de la tension, du coup, ça peut être une grossesse à risque. Une femme enceinte qui a accouché plusieurs fois et même par césarienne est une grossesse à risque, par exemple. Une femme enceinte qui a tout le temps qui est victime d'hémorragie ou d'anémie, c'est déjà une grossesse à risque. Une femme enceinte qui est séropositive, déjà, est une grossesse à risque. Donc, voilà. Une hypertension, une femme enceinte, comme je l'ai dit, qui est hypertendue, est une grossesse à risque.
Ok. Que pouvez-vous dire sur la nutrition de la femme enceinte?
Voilà, donc du coup, concernant la nutrition de la femme enceinte doit prendre beaucoup de fruits. La femme enceinte doit manger les viandes bien cuites. Parce qu'il y a ce qu'on appelle la toxoplasmose. Quand la viande n'est pas bien cuite, du coup, la femme peut être exposée à la toxoplasmose. Et les femmes qui ont des animaux chez eux, des chats et tout, du coup, ils peuvent garder le germe de la toxoplasmose en eux et transmettre ça à la maman. C'est pour cela qu'on demande à la maman de s'écarter des animaux domestiques. Une femme enceinte, on demande à la femme de pouvoir prendre 1 litre d'eau propre, 1 litre d'eau potable chaque jour, on demande à la femme enceinte de manger, de bien s'alimenter, de prendre des fruits, d'éviter les caféines, les boissons chaudes, d'éviter de prendre une cuillerée de miel tout le temps et de manger, attendre 10 minutes avant de consommer de l'eau. Donc la femme, elle doit manger bien, elle ne doit pas manger de la nourriture gras. Elle doit bien contrôler son alimentation, elle doit prendre beaucoup de fruits. Et après un repas, elle ne doit pas directement aller se coucher, elle doit déjà digérer et après 10 minutes, elle doit consommer de l'eau ou elle doit prendre de l'eau avant le repas. Donc,
wow, c'est vraiment très intéressant, hein? Vous avez vraiment des connaissances hyper sophistiquées dans le domaine de la femme. Donc, nous allons continuer par ces questions que nous envoient nos auditeurs. Voilà une autre question que je vois là apparaître dans mon écran. Quel service offrez-vous aux femmes enceintes? Je sais qu'on a parlé de ça, mais on est obligé, peut-être, celui qui nous écrit ça, il vient de se connecter, mais peut-être vous pouvez répondre encore à cette question.
D'accord, merci pour la question déjà, cher auditeur. Comme service, nous avons le premier service qu'on appelle CARE. CARE inclut les consultations prénatales, visites prénatales, échographie et accouchement. Le deuxième service, c'est le service Mom Vidéo, où les mères peuvent partager leur expérience, témoigner sur comment est-ce qu'elles ont vécu leur grossesse et pouvoir inspirer d'autres femmes. Nous avons le troisième service Bifitness, où les femmes enceintes à travers le sport, le yoga, la natation, aquabiking, stretching, peuvent déjà retrouver leur corps, leur état de santé, leur feeling et se sentir à l'aise. Nous avons le Mom Coaching, où à travers le développement personnel, la femme retrouve la confiance en elle, l'estime de soi et elle s'accepte telle qu'elle est. Nous avons le dernier service, Help Out Service, qui permet à toute femme enceinte d'être prise en charge. Si elle est seule, elle a besoin d'assistance, de soutien et tout, on l'accorde cela.
Wow, c'est vraiment très intéressant ce que vous faites. C'est vraiment très intéressant ce que vous faites. Et nous allons prendre une petite pause publicitaire, le temps pour nous de souffler un peu, parce que je sais que vous êtes encore du côté du Cameroun. Et le temps de nous de souffler, on revient tout à l'heure jusqu'après la pause publicitaire. À bientôt.
show. Coming soon, right where you are. On Afrique Today will be This Time Africa. It's going to be a new show with me, Sierra Matilda Banga. Are you an ambassador, a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, an investor, a businessman, whoever you are, a lawyer? This show is for you. Right here on Afrique Today, and it's simple. This Time Africa with me, your host, Sierra Matilda Banga. I look forward to see you. Thank you.
Afrique Today presents Diaspora Business Network, Friday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Silver Spring Civic Building. Theme, African Diaspora, Business and Media. If you're an entrepreneur or have a nonprofit organization, this is the place you need to be. Silver Spring Civic Building, One Veteran Plaza, Silver Spring, Maryland, on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Get your free ticket today at event.afriquetoday.com. Afrique Today, the best of digital TV.
Retour donc ici sur Afrique Today. Retour donc sur Afrique Today, c'est toujours cette émission, l'invité du dimanche, et je suis toujours en direct avec Monsieur Cédric du côté du Cameroun. Et nous continuons donc cette émission qui est vraiment très intéressante. Alors, Monsieur Cédric, l'autre question qui me vient là en tête, je sais que vous n'avez pas beaucoup de temps, vous êtes un homme très occupé. Qu'entend-on par éclampsie chez une femme enceinte?
Déjà, il faut dire qu'une éclampsie, c'est une crise convulsive chez la femme enceinte. Donc, durant cette crise convulsive qui est due à la tension, une femme peut s'écrouler et elle peut perdre son bébé. Donc, la crise, elle peut intervenir au premier mois de grossesse si la femme est tellement hypertendue. C'est cela qu'on demande à chaque femme de pouvoir déjà maîtriser sa tension, de pouvoir ne pas trop se fâcher, de ne pas trop réfléchir et de pouvoir contrôler sa tension pour ne pas avoir une crise et histoire de perdre son bébé. Et généralement, les signes qui viennent avant l'éclampsie, c'est quoi? La fatigue, déjà les violents maux de tête, oui, les nausées, les vomissements, et ça prédispose à l'éclampsie.
Ok, avant de passer aux deux dernières questions, je sais que dernièrement vous avez eu un projet de je sais pas, un forum que vous avez organisé, c'était aussi à Yaoundé à propos toujours de ces femmes enceintes-là. Donnez-nous un peu plus de détails sur ce forum-là.
Déjà, il faut dire que les conférences pour déjà sensibiliser sur l'importance des consultations prénatales sont de coutume chez nous, c'est-à-dire que nous avons démarré, et le 15 décembre dernier, 2018, nous avons organisé une conférence sur l'importance des consultations prénatales et le suivi de la grossesse. Et durant cette conférence, nous avons pu déjà définir pourquoi est-ce que la femme enceinte doit se faire consulter dès son premier mois de grossesse. Pourquoi est-ce qu'il est important de faire tout son bilan médical, tous les examens médicaux? Pourquoi il est important de faire les échographies? Donc, cette conférence a réuni une vingtaine de participants et qui ont été édifiés, et je pense que le message est passé. Et d'ici mars, je pense que mars ou avril, c'est dans notre agenda, nous allons organiser une session, une conférence pour déjà inviter le plus grand nombre de femmes qui aimeraient concevoir ou des femmes enceintes à pouvoir rejoindre nos services à travers cette conférence, à pouvoir rejoindre nos services pour être suivis, pour avoir toutes les informations, tous les soins prénatals nécessaires pour qu'elle ne puisse pas avoir une complication lors de l'accouchement. Complication, on entend par césarienne, on entend par fausse couche, on entend par perte de son bébé. Donc voilà.
Ok, toujours merci pour cela. Je sais que AfriqueToday, lors de votre forum, était votre partenaire. Alors, quelle est votre collaboration avec AfriqueToday?
AfriqueToday n'était pas. AfriqueToday est notre premier sponsor et partenaire. Dans la mesure où AfriqueToday nous accompagne dans toutes nos initiatives. Et nous voulons dire que déjà, accompagner une jeune structure comme nous qui n'avons pas 6 mois est quelque chose d'extraordinaire. Grâce à AfriqueToday, actuellement même, nous sommes visibles dans le monde. Nous avons des personnes qui nous écoutent et nous comptons renforcer ce partenariat que nous lions avec ce grand potentiel partenaire qui est AfriqueToday. Et au nom de l'équipe, déjà, je dis merci à AfriqueToday.
Ok, merci. Merci pour votre collaboration. Nous allons donc continuer. J'ai toujours ces 2 questions qui me restent là. Comment remédier au problème de nausée chez une femme enceinte?
Pardon, vous pouvez reprendre la question?
Oui, ça c'est une question d'un téléspectateur. Comment remédier au problème de nausée chez une femme enceinte?
Ok, déjà, c'est normal que la femme enceinte ait des nausées, vous savez, même des sauts d'humeur. Déjà, il faudrait savoir que le miel, si elle prend une cuillerée de miel chaque jour et qu'elle prenne aussi, du coup, elle consomme de l'eau, je pense qu'elle peut remédier directement au problème de nausée.
Ok, je crois que tout le monde a compris ce qu'il faut faire pour avoir ça. Et une autre question d'un téléspectateur, qu'est-ce qu'un décollement placentaire? Je crois bien.
Ok. Qu'est-ce qu'un décollement placentaire? Déjà, il faudrait noter que pour la petite histoire, lorsqu'une femme subit un stress, peut-être un accident et tout, donc le fœtus peut se déplacer. Le fœtus peut quitter déjà sa formation dans l'utérus et au travers des chocs, il peut y avoir ce qu'on appelle des hémorragies. Et du coup, la femme, lorsqu'elle est en hémorragie, il se forme des boules de sang, des hématomes. Et ces hématomes elle perd du sang, elle perd des parties déjà de l'enfant. Et c'est tout cet ensemble qu'on appelle un décollement placentaire. Donc le fœtus bouge, l'embryon bouge de son lieu d'habitation, de maturation et du coup, elle peut facilement perdre son bébé.
Ouais, c'est vraiment très intéressant et vraiment ça fait plaisir de voir un jeune Camerounais comme vous qui a pu penser aux femmes enceintes. Donc nous sommes déjà presque à la fin de notre mission, mais avant de vous quitter, je voudrais savoir comment, j'ai deux dernières questions à vous poser. Comment si une femme veut participer à votre programme, à votre association, qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire?
Déjà, une femme, si elle est enceinte, elle peut juste nous contacter. Lorsqu'elle nous contacte, on l'invite et du coup, on peut déjà l'accorder le suivi prénatal nécessaire. Donc, on la prépare.
Et comment elle peut vous contacter?
Déjà, nous sommes visibles sur Facebook, sur Instagram, sur Facebook via notre Yes Health. Donc, Yes Health. Nous sommes sur Facebook, elle peut nous contacter, elle peut nous écrire et nous répondons aussi au numéro 696 27 98 73. Je reprends 696 27 98 73. Nous avons aussi le 694 39 60 89. 694 39 60 89 ou alors le 697 68 77 53 697 68 77 53 et le dernier numéro 698 07 58 84 698 07 58 84 et notre email c'est le contact @yesyeshealth.org. Donc notre boîte mail contact @yesyeshealth.org et notre site web c'est le www.yesyeshealth.org.
Ok, très intéressant. Alors, lorsqu'elles vous contactent, est-ce que leur adhération à votre association est payante?
Du coup, en tant que membre ou en tant que femme enceinte voulant se faire prendre en charge pour accoucher?
Soit en tant que femme enceinte, bon, peut-être...
Oui, oui. Premièrement, en tant que femme enceinte, il y a des modalités pour les suivis et tout, mais qui sont à la portée de toutes les femmes enceintes. Deuxièmement, pour être membre, il faut s'acquitter de ses frais d'inscription. Vous savez, de ses frais d'inscription, de ses frais de cotisation. Donc, une fois sur place, nous essayons de leur faire part de tout cela et elles doivent aussi lire un cours de conduite propre à la Fondation Yes Health. Et l'association est ouverte aux professionnels médicaux, docteurs, aux jeunes médecins, aux femmes, aux maïticiens, aux infirmières, aux techniciens de laboratoire médical. Et nous avons aussi ce qu'on appelle le service assistance, c'est-à-dire pour les jeunes docteurs, médecins, sages, femmes, gynécologues ou techniciens de laboratoire qui viennent de sortir de l'école et qui aimeraient avoir une expérience professionnelle. Ils nous contactent et à travers le bénévolat, ils peuvent avoir de l'expérience. Nous avons aussi le Pregnancy Box qui permet à tout donateur, toute personne de pouvoir sponsoriser, financer une grossesse d'une femme enceinte défavorisée. Nous avons aussi Hello Help, donc un appel en ligne pour les conseils, les conseils en ligne et voilà. Nous avons aussi le service global interne pour les personnels médicaux de l'étranger qui aimeraient faire des stages professionnels en santé, en laboratoire pour la femme enceinte. Nous sommes aussi ouverts à cela. Nous avons aussi des personnes retraitées qui ont fait dans le service médical, s'ils veulent offrir leur service bénévolement, ils nous contactent aussi, on pourra travailler ensemble pour assurer l'état de santé, le suivi et l'accouchement pour toute femme enceinte.
Oui, certainement, vous n'avez pas compris ma question. Je posais la question parce que, oui, de savoir si c'est obligé à une femme enceinte d'être membre avant d'obtenir vos services.
Non, loin de là. Une femme enceinte qui veut ses soins, son suivi, elle nous contacte juste et on l'invite dans notre centre médical où elle a ses soins, ses vaccins et son bébé dans de bonnes conditions.
Et l'autre question qui me vient dans la tête, qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire pour devenir membre et quelle est la différence entre un membre et une simple femme enceinte? Par exemple, quelle est la différence entre une femme enceinte qui est membre et une femme enceinte qui n'est pas membre?
Voilà, une femme enceinte qui est membre, déjà, elle bénéficie ce qui est sûr d'un suivi. Nous l'accompagnons parce qu'elle fait partie de nous et c'est une côte de nous. Donc, voilà. Et une femme maintenant, une femme enceinte qui n'est pas de notre organisation, du coup, elle va s'en charger de son suivi jusqu'à avoir son bébé dans de très bonnes conditions. Donc,
ok. Et combien ça coûte pour devenir membre de votre association?
Bah, pour devenir membre, c'est tout simple. Il faudrait juste s'acquitter de son inscription. Et
combien l'inscription?
Bon, l'inscription, déjà, l'année dernière, s'élevait à 1000 francs CFA. Donc, avec 1000 francs.
Et cette année?
Et cette année, voilà, nous sommes en train de travailler en interne pour voir comment est-ce que nous allons multiplier nos actions et ça demande des coûts et voir comment est-ce qu'on pourra peut-être monter ce taux.
Est-ce qu'un docteur qui veut participer à votre programme doit aussi devenir membre? Est-ce que c'est une condition pour un docteur qui veut vous aider à recevoir, par exemple, des patients, doit aussi devenir membre de votre association? Est-ce que c'est une condition?
Bon, Monsieur Alain Pierre, la condition, je ne pense pas qu'il y ait des conditions. Mais déjà, vous savez, YesHealth s'identifie par cette unité, cette union. Et c'est un groupe. Donc, forcément, voilà, pour nous rejoindre, il faut adhérer déjà au programme. Il faut s'impliquer et il faut toute une coordination. Donc, voilà, il peut décider d'être membre ou de ne pas être membre. Mais quand on travaille pour la Fondation YesHealth, c'est pour le bonheur des femmes enceintes. Il n'y a pas de condition. Non, on n'exige aucune condition. Au contraire, on accepte tout le monde et on accepte des gens et voilà.
Ouais, je sais que ça n'a pas été ça n'a pas été facile pour nous d'avoir une interview avec vous. Et vous êtes un homme tellement très occupé. Mais je voudrais vous poser une autre question. C'est de savoir, alors, quels sont vos projets du futur?
Voilà nos projets du futur. Déjà, nous avons One Visit. Nous voulons accentuer la sensibilisation sur l'importance des consultations prénatales dans les villages du Cameroun, dans les zones éloignées de Yaoundé, afin que les femmes puissent prendre cela en considération, qu'elles puissent trouver des moyens pour pouvoir avoir leurs soins médicaux, qu'elles puissent se sentir contentes, à l'aise. Nous avons le One Visit qui va être d'ici avril, où nous allons aller dans des villages, dans des campagnes pour sensibiliser et faire appel aux donateurs pour qu'ils puissent nous appuyer. AfriqueToday est notre premier partenaire, pour qu'ils puissent nous appuyer afin que nous puissions redonner le sourire à toutes ces femmes anciennes qui parfois perdent leur bébé ou perdent la vie. Donc nous sommes en train de développer encore plusieurs points et tout. Et nous pensons que voilà, d'ici peu, ça verra le jour où tout le monde pourra savoir. Mais nous sommes ouverts, nous voulons travailler, nous voulons déjà apprendre. Et cela nécessite du temps et des ressources. Et voilà.
Oui, et je sais que cela nécessite des ressources. Vous avez parlé tout au long de cette interview, comment vous aidez les femmes, comment vous assistez les femmes et tout cela. Mais une question me vient en tête là, qui finance tout ça?
Donc voilà, nous avons déjà en interne, nous avons les contributions de chaque membre, mais après nous avons été appuyés une fois, nous sommes appuyés quelquefois par AfriqueToday à travers voilà, ce partenariat, mais actuellement nous n'avons pas de sponsor. Nous travaillons parce que nous voulons le bonheur de la femme enceinte. Nous savons que voilà, au fur et à mesure, les portes vont s'ouvrir, on va plus être concentré. Mais déjà, notre seul et premier partenaire, c'est déjà AfriqueToday.
Ok, et si une organisation ici aux États-Unis voudrait vous contacter, comment faire?
Déjà, pour nous contacter, nous sommes sur Instagram, sur Facebook. Ils pourront juste voilà, nous écrire, nous laisser un mail contact@yeshealth.org et voilà, tout partira de là, ou alors nous appeler au plus 237 696 27 98 73.
Ok, et ma dernière question, votre dernier mot, non seulement à ces femmes enceintes qui vous regardent actuellement, mais aussi votre dernier mot non seulement à ces femmes enceintes qui vous regardent actuellement, mais aussi à ces organisations qui veulent vraiment vous aider, à ces organisations qui veulent participer, qui veulent motiver votre association, qui veulent aider votre association à essayer de progresser, peut-être financièrement, des docteurs ici aux États-Unis qui veulent aussi participer à votre programme. Ça, c'est votre dernier mot, votre chance de donner un appel à tout ce monde-là qui veulent participer à votre programme. Qu'est-ce que vous pouvez leur dire?
Merci à toutes les femmes anciennes. Faites confiance à YesHealth. Nous sommes là pour vous aider. Nous sommes là pour vous faire retrouver du sourire et vous accompagner dans votre grossesse. À tous les donateurs, nous sommes ouverts. Nous sommes ouverts et nous attendons nous attendons que le temps soit si. Merci beaucoup. Merci à AfriqueToday et merci à tous les téléspectateurs. Merci à tous ceux qui nous soutiennent, qui nous suivent et qui nous encouragent dans notre projet. Et à tout donateur, nous sommes ouverts, nous aimons ce que nous faisons. Et je dis déjà, je fais un big up à mon équipe, Itil, Rodrigue, je fais un big up à Rebecca Bondi, Dorcas, Sandra, Joël, Ngobé, je fais un big up à Philips, je fais un big up à Félix, je fais un big up à toute mon équipe et à Rose-Marie. Je fais un big up à Vanessa, Jobsy, à toute mon équipe. Et que le Seigneur nous garde. À bientôt.
Ok, merci beaucoup malgré tout ce petit problème technique à la dernière.
Merci beaucoup.
Ok, merci beaucoup d'avoir été des nôtres. Merci malgré ce petit problème technique de la dernière minute. Merci, monsieur Cédric, d'avoir été des nôtres. Je rappelle à tout le monde, à tous ceux qui nous ont regardé actuellement, qu'en direct depuis le Cameroun, c'était monsieur Cédric. Il s'appelle plus précisément Ngombe Mimbe Hervé Cédric. Il est le PDG fondateur de la fondation Yes Heart. Il était aujourd'hui en direct avec nous du côté du Cameroun. Alors, tout s'est bien passé. Alors, monsieur Cédric, monsieur Cédric, donc, merci d'avoir été des nôtres.
Merci beaucoup et à très bientôt. Merci pour tout ce que vous faites pour la fondation Yes Health AfriqueToday. Et je pense que ensemble, nous allons faire de grandes choses. Et à très bientôt. Merci à tous les téléspectateurs. Merci pour tous ceux qui nous soutiennent et merci beaucoup AfriqueToday.
Merci à vous pour votre temps et merci à tous ceux qui se sont connectés aujourd'hui durant ce direct que j'avais avec monsieur Hervé Cédric du côté du Cameroun. J'espère que tout le monde, vous avez pu répondre à toutes les questions des gens qui nous ont regardés actuellement. Alors, je m'appelle Alain Pierre. C'était votre émission préférée, l'invité du dimanche. Bon dimanche. Et à dimanche prochain. Ciao.
Ciao.
Afrique Today presents Diaspora Business Network, Friday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Silver Spring Civic Building. Theme, African Diaspora, Business and Media. If you're an entrepreneur or have a nonprofit organization, this is the place you need to be. Silver Spring Civic Building, 1 Veteran Plaza, Silver Spring, Maryland, on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Get your free ticket today at event.afriquetoday.com. Afrique Today, the best of digital TV. AfriqueToday presents Diaspora Business Network, Friday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Silver Spring Civic Building. Theme, African Diaspora, Business and Media. If you're an entrepreneur or have a nonprofit organization, this is the place you need to be. Silver Spring Civic Building, One Veteran Plaza, Silver Spring, Maryland, on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Get your free ticket today at event.afriquetoday.com. AfriqueToday, the best of digital TV.
Hello, coming soon, right where you are. On Afrique Today will be This Time Africa. It's going to be a new show with me, Sierra Matilda Banga. Are you an ambassador, a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, an investor, a businessman, whoever you are, a lawyer? This show is for you. Right here on Afrique Today, and it's simple. This Time Africa with me, your host, Sierra Matilda Banga. I look forward to see you. Thank you.
Je me suis réveillée près de toi encore ce matin. Je t'ai regardé. Je me suis dit, chacun a son histoire d'amour, mais le mien, je sais pas comment lui dire. Alors écoute, j'ai attendu 10 années pour accepter mon destin. J'ai perdu assez de temps. Ils m'ont dit tu mentais. Je t'ai poussé quelquefois. Il y a des jours je t'ai fait pleurer. Mais jusqu'aujourd'hui tu dis tu m'aimes. À ça j'ai failli te perdre. Les amis ont parlé, ils t'ont traité des foirés, des gigolos, des gimme boys, hasta la beau palais. I heard them talking about me, all I care about is me. You see the proof, there is no truth. You keep loving me like you do. J'ai connu des violents, mais l'amour et la tendresse, je l'ai connu dans tes bras. Comme tu dis, tu journée, je dis je t'aime. Parfois, il me manque des mots pour te dire à quel point. Il y aura des moments de tempête et des moments de tonnerre, des turbulences, mais avec toi, je peux jurer, tu iras. Malgré les années de souffrance et les années d'inquiétude, près de moi, près de toi, on s'est battu jusqu'ici.
AfriqueToday presents Diaspora Business Network, Friday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Silver Spring Civic Building. Theme, African Diaspora, Business and Media. If you're an entrepreneur or have a nonprofit organization, this is the place you need to be. Silver Spring Civic Building, 1 Veteran Plaza, Silver Spring, Maryland, on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Get your free ticket today at event.afriquetoday.com. AfriqueToday, the best of digital TV.
Hello and welcome. Welcome to This Time Africa, right here in the studios of AfriqueToday. And for now, we're looking at women who have overcome barriers, women pioneers. We're looking at success stories of women. So, what's on this time? Our clock faces the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, and I'm glad to have on This Time Africa one of our own, Marie-Rose Sirikari, who is the founder, CEO, and president of the African Women Council, Inc., situated right here, Maryland of the USA. I'm glad to have you, Marie-Rose.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, I am so glad that you are here. We're talking about women breaking barriers, and I just believe that you are such a success story. When you wait on, viewers, listen to this. I walked into our office and I found, matter of fact, I wrote it down so I cannot forget. I saw that you have been recognized by the city of Gaithersburg in Maryland. Yes. And not only that, the Montgomery County also gave you a proclamation, yes, honoring what you do in the African Women Council. Yes. You also had a non-profit leadership certificate, a non-profit from the Non-Profit Leadership Institute, the UN Commission of Human Rights, and I could go on and on and on. Tell me a little bit about those honors and awards that you have received.
Thank you very much for inviting me, Ms. Matilda.
You're welcome.
We got this proclamation through the hard working we have been working in the community, and we start by city of Gaithersburg by educating the American culture and how to adjust, how to integrate into the American society so they can have the better life. From then I was appointed as in ethnic affairs at the city of Gettysburg. And during the African History Month, on behalf of the African Women Council, on behalf of the African History Month, I was recognized by the proclamation by the mayor of city of Gettysburg. The mayor now, the former mayor of city Gettysburg, now is a council member, Cindy Cards, as contributing to the community by teaching the African community, and also they gave me that certificate as Mariro Sirikari's Day. So my day, especially my name, I celebrated during the African American History Month, the date of 19.
Oh, let me just help you right there, because this is so significant that I want you all to understand that she was not only honored by giving a certificate, but they recognized you and gave you a day which is called the Mary Rose Sirikari Day. I think that's so. It's something that we all need to applaud, because it tells of how much work you put in. And I'm very glad that you mentioned that one of the things that you've been trying to do is to get Africans to be incorporated, to understand the African American system and how it works. And so you're bringing people to that table so they're able to find themselves around. Can you say something about that?
I would like to add also that during that educating the African immigrant, the American culture, and I found that, but then I did not know that I can be recognized. I didn't know that the African can work in a partnership or can be recognized with the government. We were just working on our own as helping to help the community, because that was my passion. And also trying to get membership who can be part of the African Women Council.
That's very, very, very good, very great. And I see that you've worked so hard. How long did you start this organization again?
We started this organization in 2002 in the state of Maryland.
Very good, very good. And so we've just talked about some of the recognition that you've had, but I also had, through the grapevine, I had some whisper that you're also going to get another award in New York.
Yes.
Wow. Tell us about it.
For the great work, and Africa Women Council also, we are international with the mission of empowering African women in Africa. And also I started by the Democratic Republic of Congo. And this award is this award is accumulating of the service we are working in the community, and also advocate for women in Africa, so women can also participate in the decision making, in financial decision making, and so participating in the community to be able to be self-sufficient and help their community and the government. Not only women can stay in the kitchen having babies, cleaning the clothes, and also women can be up there and also their right of participating in decision making.
I think it's something that we cannot emphasize enough, that women are not part of the menu. Women are part of decision making. And I'm so glad that your organization, which is the African Women Council, is preparing women not only here in the United States, but also focusing on Africa, especially the DRC where you come from, to prepare leadership, women leadership, to be projected into probably seats of government in the future. So how do you go about that from here and the DRC? Do you have representatives already in DRC, or is it something that you go yourself and organize training?
First of all, this will be the first time. We went there to organize the community. We have the ground representative, which also is an organization, Organized Women. And we came here to advocate for our women in Congo, and we found that it is too much because of the conflict going on, and we try now to advocate for the economic development, because most of the infrastructure has been destroyed. No roads, no energy, no electricity, no the farmers road, you know, the roads, how do you call it? the roads which you can use for farmers. So we decided to advocate for economic development initiative by initiating the sister state between the state of Maryland and the North Kivu province, the Democratic Republic of Congo. We cannot do that when all the systems are destroyed. So that will be the barrier for us. But with the investment, we can be able to help them, because that investment can help them to find jobs. Because women are not only farmers. We have women who are professionals who need the jobs. We have young men who need jobs. Everybody, we are working on helping them to achieve.
That is so good. So with investment, meaning that we need your contribution to the African Women Council to ensure that the training of women leadership, so that they too can be on the seat making the decisions that affect their lives and their families.
Yes.
That's what we're saying.
That's what
when
we're
we
saying.
come back, we'll be talking about her inspiration.
I forget.
AfriqueToday presents Diaspora Business Network, Friday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Silver Spring Civic Building. Theme, African Diaspora, Business and Media. If you're an entrepreneur or have a nonprofit organization, this is the place you need to be. Silver Spring Civic Building, 1 Veteran Plaza, Silver Spring, Maryland, on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Get your free ticket today at event.afriquetoday.com. AfriqueToday, the best of digital TV.
So I will start. Welcome back to This Time Africa, and I'm your host here, Matilda Banga, right here in the studios of AfriqueToday, and we are talking about women who are breaking barriers, women who are pioneers, women success stories, right here on This Time Africa. Once again, our clock is turned to the Democratic Republic of Congo, and again I have here with me my sister Mary Rose Sirikari, the founder and CEO president of African Women Council Inc., right here in the state of Maryland, United States of America. And of course, we're talking about your successes and all the accolades and awards and recognition by the government, and you wanted to add something.
Yes, Matilda, thank you for inviting me to your studio. Again, I got the proclamation for the city of Gettysburg by the former Mayor Sidney Cards, now who is county council member. In 2008, I was helping the African immigrant community by educating them the American culture, and from there I was appointed at the Ethic Affairs in the city of Gettysburg. That's how I received the proclamation from the mayor of city of Gettysburg.
So that means you've been working hard.
Yes.
And let me tell you why I admire you, because when I spoke to you before studio time, you told me that you have a background of electronic or electrical. You have an electrical background, so you actually work with your hands to put stuff together.
Yes.
So how did you jump from that, and what's your inspiration to do what you're doing now?
Actually, I came to this country as a refugee. I didn't speak English, and I was sponsored by the former county executive, Charles Gilchrist, and who helped me, asked me what I want to do. I said, I don't want to go too much to the academic because I have children who need education. I decided now to have to take a technical class so I can be able to work as soon as possible. So I got my diploma in electronics and electrical assembly, and I assemble all the electronic devices, including cable, and I'm an electrician, and I have experience in that. That's how I end up becoming a technician. Thank you.
You know what? That's why we're talking about women breaking barriers and overcoming challenges. And you are quite a good picture from being an electrician and then becoming the founder and the CEO of the African Women Council, where you take young women and train them to become leaders who sit at the table to become decision makers in your country. What is the African Women Council doing now to galvanize other African women in the community?
We are reaching them out to understand that African women has the role to play in the society, in the community, and also in the government. We should not, African women should not just stay back in their houses making babies and cooking food and back home. We have to train them, women, to go back home to train other women how also they can be successful in business, they can be successful, they can be the CEO, they can be somebody in their lives. But I'm talking about that right of women, but they also have to work together with their husbands. So to be successful, to have that right of sitting at the table doesn't mean that to disrespect their husband. They have to work in partnership.
Well, you know, we have the culture,
yeah.
And I'm glad you said that,
yeah.
Because the feminism and the rights of women does not exclude our men, because we have to understand that we need one another. But what you're saying, and I would like viewers to understand, is that we have had times when it was the woman in the kitchen. Yes. But now we are at the table, and we should be at the table. Yes. I think it's so important because we as women understand the family more. We are more with the children. We are in the community. We are the teachers. We're just everything. We're in everywhere. So I think that if decisions have to be made, we must be consulted. We must be part of that decision. Yes. I want to talk about economic empowerment, because when we opened, you talk about empowering women economically. And I've always said this, and I want you to just touch a little bit on it, that if you are not economically empowered, even if you go back to the DRC, people will not listen to you. I think that for you to have the authority, for women to be able to speak, we need to empower them, not only educationally, but we need to empower them economically, even if it has to mean starting from a little farm, giving them microcredit and all of that to do their work. What do you think? Because those are my thoughts.
That is very important, Ms. Matilda. It's very difficult to, in Africa particularly, with our own traditional mentalities. I don't know if I can call it mentality. It's like
okay.
tradition.
Yes.
most of women, they think that they cannot, not some of them, but they can't do anything without, you know, because there are some jobs which only they think that is only their husband who can do that. But I want to tell them that women also has this qualification, because they're the one who provide the food table in the kitchen, at the table. They're the one who raise up the children. They're the one who take care of the family. I think they can take care also their community, not only in a farming, but we have professionals who can participate in different kind of position in the government. That's what I'm talking about, to have the decision making, and also to be able to empower them financially to can be able to do that, because without finance they cannot do, they cannot be where they can be.
That's so true. That's you. I mean, you are so right. And I have seen, we all know that Africa has seen the first women president. Africa has seen that, you know, in Liberia and other countries, and Africa has seen governors. And right here in the United States of America, we got a Muslim, somebody from, is it Somalia? That was the first female.
It's in the Senate, in the Congress.
In the Congress. How, I mean, that's so laudable. Is that some of the things that African Women Council is doing? How do we support a woman like that, or other women who probably in the future would like to, you know, run that race?
Yeah, we are doing that. Most of the time I'm seeing the angle in Africa. I'm trying to see that women in Africa can be like women in the US.
Yes.
Because in the US everything is possible. And also I didn't know that. And thank also the county executive Ike Leggett, who give the table for the African immigrant community to be able to express themselves and their thought, their idea, if there is any needs, you know, to come up the table and talk about what they need to do. So county executive provide us that table. That's how I'm here. I feel like I'm strong to be able to express myself, what I think in my mind and what I believe in for the African back home in Africa.
That's correct. And so what Marie-Rose was saying, that Ike Leggett actually set the pace to provide the African Affairs Advisory Council, which brings together people from different backgrounds and leadership to discuss the things that are relevant to them. And not only that, but how also we can add our voice to the things that are important to us. I'm going to ask you this question. So do you have your eyes on the house? The house meaning, you know what I mean? No. The house here or the house in Congo?
No. I have to provide this one to train young who has that vision to be in the house.
Great.
My job is just to train the young women and men to be in that position, not me. My job is to train them.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good. But I know that, I mean, from my interaction with you, I know that you are very supportive of any woman who would like to, you know, probably run that race to the House. So what's the future of AWC? Where do you see yourself, your ultimate objective or ultimate goal for AWC?
I've seen the goal is seeing that we are training women. I see the women succeed in Africa, not only the Democratic Republic of Congo, and our program is large. We can also multiply it in different countries, so women can be able to, they can succeed in our program. Yes.
Oh, I like that, because for those of you who may be listening and looking at and watching this show today, so it means that if you are in a different country, you can also be part. Do you have partnership programs from different countries to be part of the AWC?
We are promoting African women from different countries to be part of the AWC, so they can take advantage of that program.
And so how can we reach you, for listeners and people who don't know? What's your website and your email?
They can reach us at 240-615-1749, or they can reach us, email marie-rose@africanwomen-usa.org, and also they can go to our website, www.africanwomen-usa.org.
Thank you very much. But you know what? I know that we will not leave the studio today if I don't ask you, because behind every success, there are underlying challenges. And I know that in as much as you've received all of these laudable, awards and all of that, I'm sure that you must have gone through some challenges. How have you been? Maybe just tell me one or two of the challenges, and how have you been able to overcome them?
The challenge, it has, challenge also is the challenge is funding, finance. That is a challenge. So we have to sacrifice ourselves. We use all the money we have in our pocket to do what we have to do, and to do what we have to do to help the community. It depends of passionate. And the challenge also is about educating the African to understand the way the American works. I don't know if I can put.
I mean, the system, the American system.
The American system. That's the challenge, because we still have to educate the African women to understand the culture, to understand the system, to understand that the way we understand back home, we need to understand also the we talk about the system, or I don't know if it's the right word.
I think so.
To understand.
In French, it's what? Qu'est-ce que tu veux dire en français?
Je voulais dire. Je voulais dire la culture américaine. Understand la culture américaine, pas seulement la culture de danser, la culture de manger, mais la culture de penser.
The way you think. So what she's saying that it's not just the culture of dancing and eating, but the culture of thought, redefining our thought so that we can walk towards the purpose.
The purpose. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. See, I threw in my little bit of French in there. So Marie, personally, what would you say are what is the one thing that makes you wake up in the morning and want to go on with AWC? What's the one thing?
Is, you know what, I want to, is just to have the legacy. In most of the time, we need to see where we are coming from and where we are going, and what we are leaving behind. What are we leaving behind for our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren? That is what drove me through. This is something I should have done that in the early age, but I tried to do that to inspire children. And I forgot something also. I grew up in the Girl Scout.
The Girl Scout, yes.
I grew up in the Girl Scout since I was in elementary school.
I was part of the Girl Scout too.
Until I became a guide. A guide. So that also helped me, give me that passion to follow what I learned in my childhood, and I continue to do this even
till today.
Until today.
And you just hit something on the head, the legacy, because we Africans, well, some school of thought feel like we are not honoring our heroes or heroines, or we're not honoring our role models from Africa enough. And in fact, that's the reason why this time Africa is being created, so that we can honor those people from Africa who are doing their best, especially in this time, women who are overcoming barriers, women who have success story. But I think that it is so crucial that as women, African women in particular, that we must work to leave a legacy.
Yes.
We must work to leave a legacy. There should be no gap. There should be no gap at all between the time that you feel like you want to retire.
Yes.
Somebody should be able to carry on the torch of the AWC.
That's exactly. We know what I'm coming from.
Go ahead.
Someone need to take the torch.
Yes.
When we are going aside, young people can take over.
Yes.
To carry on.
Yes.
Which we don't have it sometime in Africa.
Yes.
You find that many people becoming old still want to stay in the position.
And is that reflective of also what happens in the governments? Because if your desire is to leave a great legacy, you know, you'll be proud to leave at the right time.
Yes.
So that, in fact, when you leave at the right time, you can now become an advisor, you can become the consultant,
yes,
and you impart your experience,
yes,
to the leaders and to other people that you have nurtured.
Right. And because of all this, our idea and our work, March 16, African Women Council will receive the African Powership Partnership Award at the United Nations, New York, March 16 at 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock at the United Nations. African Women Council will receive the African Powerful Partnership Award.
That's great. Hold your thought right there. And when we come back on This Time Africa, we will be closing out with Marie-Rose Sirikari, the president and founder of African Women Council, and we will have her last thoughts on this conversation, Women Breaking Barriers. We'll be right back.
AfriqueToday presents Diaspora Business Network, Friday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Silver Spring Civic Building. Theme, African Diaspora, Business and Media. If you're an entrepreneur or have a nonprofit organization, this is the place you need to be. Silver Spring Civic Building, 1 Veteran Plaza, Silver Spring, Maryland, on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Get your free ticket today at event.afriquetoday.com. AfriqueToday, the best of digital TV.
Welcome back to This Time Africa, and this is your host, Sia Matilda Banga, right here on AfriqueToday. And wrapping up with me here, Marie-Rose Sirikari, the president and founder of African Women Council. One more question for you, Marie-Rose, before we leave today. I know an award is coming up in New York, and you were talking about it in the last segment. Is this open for other women to go and support you? What would you like to say to our viewers?
Yes, Matilda, everything is possible and people can join us. To join us for more information, they can go to this website, agrobees.org. They can get all the information. I'm going to spell it agrobiz.org. agrobees.org. That's for more information. They can check that website.
And when is the award going to be given again? What date? And I know it's in New York, but what date is it? So that
it will be March 16, 2019, at the United Nations Plaza, 1 at the headquarters of the United Nations.
The headquarters of the United Nations it is. So if you would like to go and support African Women Council and support Marie-Rose in particular, please join her in New York on March 16th, 2019 at the United Nations head office. And now, Marie-Rose, what would you like to say finally to your viewers and your listeners?
I would like to thank you for our viewers, and also I would like to also to thank AfriqueToday for allowed me to their studio to talk about African Women Council and our achievement and where we are going, and we would like to continue to do the show, and I would like AfriqueToday, I don't know what I can say.
And to support you. Thank you very much, everyone. And this has been your show, This Time Africa. And I'm your host again, Sierra Matilda Banga. You stay tuned. Download the app from AfriqueToday. Go to www.afriquetoday.com. Also, go on YouTube. Go on Twitter. We're right there on 4 platforms. Watch us. We'll be back next time. And this is the season talking about women breaking barriers. See you next time.
As you know, we're here today, to have a constructive dialogue with the county executive about the status and support of the cultural diverse groups. For now, let's introduce ourselves around the table. Again, my name is Rashida Bright. I'm African Affairs Advisory Group. Next. I'm Ceci.
How you doing?
Good.
Tiffany worked for me when I was over on the council side. I guess I wanted to come here and listen, so I expect to hear more from you than you probably hear from me. I've been on the council 12 years, and I think the Office of Community Partnership plays a really important role in the county. I found, like, when I was out campaigning and meeting with lots of different groups, how important the different liaison groups were to the communities. I mean, you don't get that sense from just sitting on the council, but when you're out and you start talking with people, you realize how just regular folks kind of identify with their groups, and they identify with the groups that represent them here in the county, and I was pretty overwhelmed by that. I thought that it was a really good sign. So I was happy to see how the reaction was in the community. My goal is to use the groups more. I mean, I think that I feel like we need to do a better job of getting the county's message into the community, and we also need to do a better job of getting information back to the community. You all are pretty, more so than any other groups in the county, tightly linked in to the different communities that we have. And I've got to make policy decisions that affect a pretty wide range of diverse communities. And absent feedback from people, it's hard to know whether you're doing the right thing or not. And to remind people that I think my intentions are pretty good. I look at myself as a progressive, and I know generally what I want to do, but I don't walk in anybody in this room's shoes. My world is different, and so I don't presume that because I think something's a good idea, that it may not be a good idea, or that whatever I think ought to be done is what ought to be done, because that's my perception coming from my lens, and that's different than your lens. And so what I want to strengthen in the community is input from people whose experiences are different than mine, so that when I have to make decisions and think about what it is I want to do, I know that they're more reflective of the community than simply my own personal sense of what is good for the community, what communities want. So I feel like this is always a learning experience for me, and I've had some really interesting conversations with people over the last couple of years about community and what it means and how people see what the county does, and whether my notion of equity is the same as everybody else's notion of equity. And it wasn't always, what I understood wasn't always what other people understood. So I'm open to, I want to be a partner, and I want to learn, I want to make sure you all are engaged. I don't want to do something and have people surprised. I don't want to be surprised when I do something and discover that I did the wrong thing. So I prefer to have a nice, robust, two-way communication between all the groups and myself, so that we're all clear about what we're working on. I want to be sure that when we do policies, that you get presentations from my staff about what the policies are and why we're going to do it. We had a long discussion about a health policy that would have involved everybody going into a central place to sign up, which seemed like a really good thing until you realize there are people who are afraid of going into a central place and signing up, and some people who can't sign up at all. And you can't lose your access to healthcare services because there are reasons, in this case immigration reasons, why you can't sign up. So there was a policy that was meant to make us more efficient that probably would have decreased usage of county services or made people afraid to use county services. So without the input that we got back from people, we wanted to have known that. They were ready to go ahead with this, and I just asked them not to until we had a discussion about it and understood what all the upsetness was that I was hearing. And it was a good meeting, and we were able to pull ourselves back from something we were about to do. So I prefer to have as few of those incidents as possible. So I want to make sure that, and I've talked to Diane, I wish she were here, but she is sick. I mean, I've talked to her about making sure that our communications are better going out to you, and that also your feedback is more direct coming back to us. So that's sort of my general framework. I mean, I like the work you do, so I don't have any specific plans other than to help, hope that we can figure out how you get more information to and from your communities. And you're linked, you're my best link to those communities. I want to make sure I use you better. So let's just open it up and chat.
If I'm right, are looking at those priorities and how they are affected, because people are in different situations, so everyone is going to be affected in a different way. And one of the things that came to mind when you were talking about the policy and kind of getting bad feedback on it and changing, I think as we look at change, the unintended consequences of our decisions are coming to haunt us at times if we don't, what I consider, do a 360-degree kind of view of what the change is going to do, And so anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there for you.
Well, we've been in this, and I'm going to say this directly. There's no other populations in Europe but African Americans in this country. Nobody else got dragged through slavery and 400 years of racism the way things happened in the United States. So part of what this means for us is being especially aware of what the impacts are on this community and how we begin to ameliorate those activities. Nobody should be afraid that the price of this is going to be any loss of diversity or any loss of a sense of what do we do to achieve social justice. It's really about, people like me who are in power making sure we understand the special legacy this country has to deal with, and we start dealing with it. Because when I'm, 69 years old, I'm born and raised here, in my lifetime, we've never dealt with it. Didn't deal with it when I was in school. Didn't deal with it when I was a teacher. And so we're determined that we're going to make sure that we talk about these things and we think about these things. But nobody should feel uncomfortable that it means your place will get changed. It just means we've got this extra burden that we've got to deal with. And so in the effort to be inclusive and deal with justice in general, we are aware that something went seriously amiss here in this country, and we got to deal with it. And we may be the only place doing it. There are a few places doing it. But eventually I hope that Americans can come to terms with being such a racist society. It's a heavy burden. We got to deal with this at some point.
Well, that item actually overflows.
Understanding some of your early appointments, and they are not necessarily Montgomery Countyans enmeshed in what we built here, and that's helpful. My question to you is that in the past, D.C., Prince George's County, and Montgomery County did form, it may have been mostly symbolic, but formed some kind of partnership regarding the issue of the homeless and poverty in the region. As we see the demographic shift in those two jurisdictions as well as ours, do you envision issues that may take you outside of Montgomery County into partnerships with those two jurisdictions also, in terms of leadership, collaboration at the top of the pile?
Look, I hope so. But I mean, there are things that DC does I do not want to repeat. DC seems to be absolutely obtuse to the gentrification of the city, the bleaching of the city, so to speak, and the displacement of poor people. I'm not going to do that here. I'm not going to sit back and watch parking planning rezone neighborhoods that are low income in the hopes that somebody knocks down all the buildings and brings in a bunch of people of a different class. So I'm not going to shut up about that. We're dealing with something in Twinbrook today. Twinbrook Road goes from Greers Mill to Rockville Pike. Parking planning came back with a proposal to rezone all of the older apartments on Twinbrook Parkway. 45% of the people are at 200% of poverty or less. There is no chance that those people are going back into those apartment buildings. None. And they don't have, half of them probably don't have the right status. They're the wrong family size. A lot of the older buildings will let families live in a more crowded way. No one's going to let you do that in a brand new building that has a bunch of middle class folks living in it. This to me is a threat to an enormous part, or an enormous community. And the idea that I've got a planning department that's lacking a racial equity lens, who can plan changing a community just willy-nilly, just this is a zoning issue. If I was going to change someplace, I'd talk about the social programs I was going to put in there. I'd talk about addressing educational issues. I'd talk about making sure every community is whole. I would not say, how much density do I give you to tear down these buildings and build another set of buildings? So I'm not going to be shy about stuff like this. And I think the other jurisdictions seem less concerned with that now. I'm still concerned with that. I don't know where these people will go if they can't stay in DC, if they can't stay in Prince George's County, and I decide they're not going to stay here. Where do they go? Kind of a fundamental social justice issue. But to the extent that I can work with them, I've worked with them on minimum wage. We worked together on this the state bill on minimum wage. We pushed, because Prince George's County's concern was they can't afford the disability supplement for the disability providers. And we all give 125% of minimum wage to people who provide for disabilities. For some of the counties, Prince George's County was a big lift. So part of the minimum wage bill is going to be another bill that requires the state to increase its supplement to disability agencies so that they're not unable to meet the higher wage and also provide the supplement. So that's something we've worked together on. I envision, I like Angela, we've had conversations already, so I expect to work with her. I'm going to meet with Earl Bowser. I mean, there are lots of places we can cooperate and work together, and we should. On homelessness, we absolutely have to, because we've got a population that can get on a bus and shift residence and we've got to figure out how do we deal with this. That's a collective problem, not an individual problem. I didn't have a plan to restructure your groups. I'm not coming in assuming the groups don't work. I'm assuming that maybe I'd like you to figure out how we make you more interactive in terms of flow of information. But I'm not starting with an assumption that I need to restructure you. If you all feel like you need to see things a little bit differently, then I'd want you to work with Diane and make sure that it gets conveyed to me about what kind of changes you think would make the groups stronger and more effective. I don't, from where I sat as a council member, I was never in a position to judge, what you did and whether the issues are structural. I mean, I've tried to look at the county government more broadly, and that everybody kind of does what the person at the top tells them to do. And so I don't know what people want to do or what you would do if you were more unfettered. So it's hard for me to tell as a liaison. I'll look at the structure, because I do agree that it should be an issue. Money's terrible. We wrote down, when I got elected, my second day in office, they told me I had to cut $50 million out of this budget. Earlier this week, the state told us we had to write down $80 million in revenue. $40 million for this year, $40 million for next year. So my budget gap, we have to come to zero, so it doesn't matter what it is at this moment. But when we started working earlier this week, our budget gap was about $170 million between a same services budget with almost no improvements at all and the revenues we had. And there's no place for me to get more revenues. The council will not vote for any tax increases. And so it's pretty clear we have no taxes. The state's not going to give us any more money. So whatever I get from the state, I'm hoping to get a little bit more money on schools so I can fill some of the holes that are in the school budget. But I have no other money coming in. And our prospects for next year, they told us you should assume $40 million less revenue next year than we told you in December you were going to have. So this has been really painful. So I spent this morning from 10 to 1, basically slicing and dicing a list of cuts I had to approve, none of which I feel particularly good about. We made some enhancements to programs where we had objectives. We tried to put more money into early childhood. We tried to put more money into homelessness and to affordable housing. We had a few places where we tried to move some money around to things that we know we've got targeted deficits. But in general, everybody will be happy if they get a budget that's pretty close to where it was last year until we get a handle on the county's budget. We have, you all know what capital gains taxes are? Yes. Everybody know? People want to know? Is everybody nodding? No. Okay, I'll tell you what capital gains taxes are. You can just say it, I know what they are. So capital gains taxes are taxes that people pay on investments. And if your investment makes money, like stocks, you buy it for one price, you sell it for a higher price, the profit is called capital gain. Montgomery County provides 90% of the capital gains to the state of Maryland. And like 50-something people in Montgomery County provide an obscene level of the capital gains from Montgomery County, 50 people. So if they don't sell stocks and don't make money, last year it cost us $60 million in tax revenues because they held their stocks and didn't sell them at the end of the year because they're waiting for Trump's tax cut, and the tax cut didn't come, and so they didn't sell their stocks. They had $600 million less income, and it cost the county about $60 million in taxes. This number is volatile. It goes up and down. The income tax on wages is pretty steady because unless you get massive unemployment, as long as you stay employed at the same basic level, people don't get suddenly rich, so people stay in the same jobs. So that's something you can rely on. We've got to figure out how to redo our budget so that we're setting it at a level that doesn't jump up one year and then I put a bunch of programs in that year only to lose the money the next year and then have to take out the program. So we're going to have to make some assumptions about what's a more level of income taxes we're going to get. So we're trying to change the way we do budgeting and try to get the county on a more stable footing. After this budget's done, we're going through all the departments. We're going to start something called lean business processes. Any of you who are geeky know about this stuff, or Six Sigma, which was kind of a famous thing that Lockheed did. He's laughing about it. We're going to put people, all the departments, through a process where they identify the core mission. You look at every single job and you ask yourself, does this job contribute to the core mission? And if it doesn't contribute, it's not going to continue to exist. And the unions are going to work with us on this, because they know when I run out of money, they're the ones that will lose their pay, benefits, and get fired. So they have a vested interest in getting us to a place where we're more stable and sustainable. So our goal is to start this year, it'll be a couple-year project, to try to stabilize the county budget. And we're not playing any games either this year. We're not finding magic money. We're not pretending we're not going to inflate revenue estimates so we can say we're balancing the budget knowing that that money's never coming in. We're not doing any of that stuff. So you're going to get a pretty honest, straightforward budget, and it's going to have some lumps in it. And hopefully over a year or two we get to work the lumps out. To your second question, I guess what I hope to do, and I hope you all do, is to have more discussions about community issues inside the group, and either then bring them to me, because I'll continue to meet with the different advisory groups, or bring them to Diane if that's more immediate, but to make sure you guys have a conduit coming to me, and we're going to make sure Diane is more tied to county decisions, that she's not simply the administrator of the OCP, but she is tasked to be able to carry whatever messages or information we have at our level, make sure that the directors get it, the liaisons get it, and then they bring it down to the community so you can give us feedback. So we're going to do what we can to facilitate you getting information to us and us getting information to you. And I don't want anybody to be shy and feel like you can't say something. I've got a long-standing practice. Tiffany and Debbie could attest to it. People are allowed to disagree with me, and they're allowed to tell me what they think. And there's actually no penalty for that, because I need other perspectives. And you're going to hear me say, I tell people all the time, I said I do not want a room full of mirrors just telling me what I want to hear. So I make sure that my room is full of people who've got opinions of their own, and they can tell me I like them and do it, and I don't like them. Okay.
AfriqueToday presents Diaspora Business Network, Friday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Silver Spring Civic Building. Theme: African Diaspora, Business and Media. If you're an entrepreneur or have a nonprofit organization, this is the place you need to be. Silver Spring Civic Building, One Veteran Plaza, Silver Spring, Maryland, on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Get your free ticket today at event.afriquetoday.com. AfriqueToday, the best of digital TV. AfriqueToday presents Diaspora Business Network, Friday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Silver Spring Civic Building. Theme, African Diaspora, Business and Media. If you're an entrepreneur or have a nonprofit organization, this is the place you need to be. Silver Spring Civic Building, 1 Veteran Plaza, Silver Spring, Maryland, on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Get your free ticket today at event.afriquetoday.com. Afrique Today, the best of digital TV.
Salut à tous, je suis le docteur pasteur Nathalie Kamsu. Ne ratez pas de vous connecter désormais tous les dimanches à 17h sur cette nouvelle émission de Transformation Point sur AfriqueToday. Je suis déjà très excitée de partager avec vous les secrets de la parole de Dieu et les révélations du Seigneur Jésus-Christ qui seul peut vous transformer, vous relever de vos chutes, vous restaurer, vous encourager, vous fortifier et vous donner le véritable succès dans tout ce que vous avez toujours rêvé dans votre vie. Les témoignages des messages que je diffuse quotidiennement et des prières sont très nombreux ici aux États-Unis, en Washington et au Maryland, en Europe, en France, en Belgique et en Allemagne et au Cameroun également et dans les milieux divers. Les vies sont transformées quand nous savons appliquer les secrets de la parole de Dieu à nos vies. C'est ce que nous faisons en apportant cette nouvelle édition à AfriqueToday. La mission que le Seigneur Jésus m'a confiée est très très grande et vous ferez désormais partie de ce grand témoignage en vous connectant tous les dimanches à AfriqueToday à 17h. Téléchargez déjà votre application ou le app AfriqueToday. Vous pouvez aussi aller sur le website et vous connecter à l'adresse suivante www.afriquetoday.com. Que le Seigneur vous bénisse abondamment selon ses promesses de Matthieu 6,33 qui dit « Cherchez premièrement le royaume et la justice de Dieu et toutes ces choses vous seront données par-dessus tout. » Amen. Allez, à dimanche à 17h sur AfriqueToday. Merci.
These are the days of Elijah, declaring the word of the Lord. And these are the days.
Salut et bienvenue dans cette nouvelle émission de Transformation Point avec Salvation Love of Christ sur AfriqueToday. Le Seigneur nous commande de prier sans cesse. La prière est notre point de connexion et de communication avec le Seigneur, dans laquelle nous dialoguons avec lui dans une relation personnelle. Il remplit notre vie de grâce et de bénédiction. La prière aussi est notre arme de combat et de victoire contre notre ennemi juré, Satan, qui ne cesse de trouver des occasions pour nous tourmenter, pour nous tenter, pour nous faire chuter, pour nous détruire. Si vous ne priez pas beaucoup, c'est certainement la raison pour laquelle vous êtes vaincu dans des échecs sans fin, misérables dans votre vie, dans les déceptions, triste et entouré de plein de personnes, mais vous êtes seul au-dedans, dans les souffrances multiples et inutiles, dans d'énormes dettes financières, incapable d'expérimenter la paix et la joie véritable que le Seigneur donne à ceux qui s'approchent sincèrement de lui en prière. Vous croyez que vous êtes sur le bon chemin du travail avec vos amis et les relations, votre santé, vos finances, vos projets, mais après un temps, tout s'effondre en fumée. Approche-toi du Seigneur aujourd'hui
pour mettre un terme à tout cela. Bien-aimés, il est impossible de réussir vos projets et vos vies sans prière. Même si vous croyez en Dieu, croire en Dieu ne suffit pas. Il faut entrer dans sa présence. Il faut demeurer avec lui en tout temps et en prière. Le diable n'a pas peur de tous ceux qui disent simplement que je crois en Dieu. La personne dont le diable a le plus peur et tremble est le chrétien qui est constamment en prière devant Dieu. Être en prière veut dire que vous invoquez constamment le Seigneur qui est avec vous et l'ennemi ne trouvera jamais les moyens d'avoir accès à vos vies pour vous détruire. Rester sans prière, c'est ouvrir votre vie à l'ennemi qui est dans l'ombre. Il est en train de s'infiltrer dans vos vies sans que vous le sachiez. Il vous volera de vos bénédictions. Il vous fermera les portes et vous détruira. Fermer les portes à Satan, c'est dans la prière. Celui qui prie à l'épée du Seigneur et sa lumière dans sa vie qui l'entoure et qui l'environne, et rien ne peut vous atteindre. La dernière fois, nous avons vu comment le Seigneur nous apprend à prier. Nous devons tout d'abord nous mettre dans l'intimité avec lui, dans le lieu secret. Le Seigneur Jésus-Christ nous dit dans Matthieu 6,6, « Mais quand tu pries, entre dans ta chambre, ferme ta porte et prie ton Père qui est là dans le secret, et ton Père qui voit dans le secret te le rendra. » La présence du Seigneur est dans le secret et en réponse, il enrichit nos vies. Le Seigneur nous apprend aussi à ne pas aller sur les places publiques pour démontrer aux gens que nous prions en multipliant des mots inutiles et en criant comme on voit certaines personnes le faire. Les gros mots et la force et un ton élevé dans nos prières, ce n'est pas ce que le Seigneur recherche. Le Seigneur regarde au cœur, il recherche une intimité avec lui, car d'ailleurs il sait tout ce que nous allons lui demander avant même que nous ne lui approchions. N'est-ce pas étonnant? Vous vous présentez devant Dieu pour lui dire quelque chose et déjà bien avant même que vous ne vous présentez devant lui, il sait ce que vous avez à lui demander. Alléluia, gloire à Dieu. Le Seigneur Jésus-Christ nous a non seulement appris à prier, mais il nous a donné un modèle de prière parfaite, comme nous en avons parlé la fois passée. Cette prière est beaucoup plus connue sous la prière du Seigneur ou connue sous le Notre Père. La prière du Seigneur est une prière puissante qui, dite avec foi, a réussi à guérir les gens, libérer les personnes de tout genre de biens, d'addiction et de dépression. C'est une prière parfaite qui nous a été donnée tout droit du Seigneur Jésus-Christ. Quoi que nous disons dans notre prière, nous ne pouvons pas égaler celle-ci, surtout quand nous savons que les paroles du Seigneur ne reviennent jamais à lui sans effet, comme il est écrit dans Ésaïe 55, 11. Ainsi est-il de ma parole qui sort de ma bouche, elle ne retourne point à moi sans effet, sans avoir exécuté ma volonté et accompli mes desseins. Cette prière sort directement de la bouche du Seigneur et ne retournera jamais à lui sans effet. Dans les situations les plus difficiles, quand les mots nous manquent pour prier, quand les difficultés nous accablent, quand la peur nous terrasse, quand nous sommes malades, dire cette prière parfaite avec foi plusieurs fois révélera la présence du Seigneur pour nous guider dans nos différentes situations. Cette prière est comme le lait maternel qui est complet et adapté à tous les besoins du bébé. Cette prière est adaptée à tous nos besoins dans toutes les circonstances de nos vies. Mais pour bénéficier de cette prière, comme dans toute chose devant Dieu, nous devons l'approcher avec foi et révérence. Nous devons être conscients de sa valeur et la méditer également profondément. Si nous la récitons simplement sans la comprendre, sans la valoriser et sans l'apprécier, elle ne sera d'aucune utilité pour nous. Elle sera comme la Bible dans les mains d'un païen ou d'un athée. Pour avoir foi en cette prière, nous allons prendre le temps de la méditer pièce par pièce pour qu'elle nous édifie
et nous transforme. Prie avec moi. Prie avec moi et répète après moi. Me voici encore devant toi, Seigneur. Apprends-moi vraiment à te prier. Je me rends compte que par mon manque de prière, j'ai laissé l'ombre s'installer dans ma vie et j'ai donné l'accès au diable sans le savoir pour davantage me décevoir et bloquer mes bénédictions et mes grâces que tu as pour moi. Au nom de Jésus-Christ, mon Seigneur et mon Sauveur, maintenant je résiste au diable et je prends possession dès aujourd'hui de ma vie de prière et je laisse la lumière briller dans ma vie pour bloquer toute ombre de l'ennemi et laisser transparaître toutes les bénédictions et les grâces que tu as pour moi et pour ma famille, physiquement, financièrement, moralement, intellectuellement et spirituellement. Remplis-moi de ton Esprit Saint de grâce et de puissance pour me guider sur ton chemin, au nom de Jésus-Christ notre Seigneur et Sauveur. Amen. La prière parfaite que le Seigneur nous donne commence d'abord par adresser notre Dieu comme notre Père. Il dit « Notre Père qui est aux cieux ». Dieu est notre Créateur à nous tous, mais il est d'abord et avant tout un Père tendre et secourable pour nous tous. Comme nous lisons dans Éphésiens 4:6, un seul Dieu est Père de tous, qui est au-dessus de tous et parmi tous et en tous. Le Seigneur est un Dieu parfait. Il nous a créés à son image. Il veut que nous lui ressemblions dans tout ce que nous faisons. Le Seigneur Jésus-Christ nous exhorte dans Matthieu 5:48, « Soyez donc parfaits comme votre Père Céleste est parfait. » Le plus grand objectif de Dieu, c'est de nous conformer à l'image de son Fils unique Jésus-Christ, qui est parfait, en tant que notre Père, même à travers les multiples difficultés auxquelles il nous laisse nous confronter. Il accomplit l'objectif ultime de nous former, de nous donner l'expérience, de nous fortifier, de nous donner la victoire et de nous rendre parfaits au fur et à mesure que nous grandissions dans la foi. Comme il est écrit dans Jacques 1:17, toute grâce excellente et tout don parfait descendent d'en haut du Père des Lumières, chez lequel il n'y a ni changement, ni ombre de variation. Dieu est le même hier, aujourd'hui et éternellement. Il ne change pas. Il sera toujours un Père éternel pour nous et nous pouvons l'approcher avec confidence et lui parler avec sincérité de cœur, comme quand nous nous adressons à notre propre Père. Nous ne devons pas avoir peur de Dieu, car son royaume nous appartient et il nous donne la possibilité de nous approcher de lui avec confidence, davantage pour expérimenter sa présence et ses bienfaits, comme il est écrit dans Luc 12:32. Ne craignez point, petit troupeau, car votre Père a trouvé bon de vous donner le royaume. Dieu est plein d'amour et de miséricorde pour nous. De lui viennent toutes choses qu'il met à notre disposition. Nous l'aimons et nous l'adorons pour tous les bienfaits et spécialement pour le don de son Esprit Saint. Le Seigneur Jésus-Christ dit dans Luc 11:13, « Si donc méchants comme vous l'êtes, vous savez donner de bonnes choses à vos enfants, à combien plus forte raison le Père Céleste donnera-t-il le Saint-Esprit à ceux qui lui demandent ?» Ici, à comprendre que l'homme le plus méchant, en tant que Père, donne de bonnes choses à ses enfants. Combien de fois notre Dieu, qui est un Dieu de bonté et d'amour,
et un créateur de toutes bonnes choses. Quand nous acceptons Dieu comme notre Père, il veille sur nous jour après jour. Nous pouvons donc dire avec 1 Corinthiens 8:6, néanmoins pour nous, il n'y a qu'un seul Dieu, le Père de tous, qui vient toutes choses et pour qui nous sommes, et un seul Seigneur, Jésus-Christ, par qui sont toutes choses et par qui nous sommes. Tout ce que le Seigneur a créé l'a été pour nous de savourer. Il est plein de bonté, il ne nous prive d'aucun bien quand nous marchons en obéissance et en toute sincérité avec lui. Il nous exhorte à demeurer dans son amour et à pardonner aux autres comme il nous a pardonné en Jésus-Christ. Le Seigneur Jésus-Christ dit dans Matthieu 5:45, afin que vous soyez fils de votre Père qui est dans les cieux, car il fait lever son soleil sur les méchants et sur les bons, et il fait pleuvoir sur les justes et sur les injustes. Le Seigneur nous apprend à affronter les situations les plus difficiles. Il a une grande compassion pour nous dans les moments de difficulté. C'est ce que nous lisons dans le psaume 103:13. Comme un père a compassion de ses enfants, l'Éternel a compassion de ceux qui le craignent. Le Seigneur nous a tant aimés qu'il a sacrifié son Fils aimé Jésus-Christ sur la croix pour nos péchés. Il nous donne la vie éternelle au-delà de toutes choses. Mais bien aimés, le Seigneur est un Seigneur et un Dieu et un Père merveilleux qui a réservé plein de bonnes choses pour nous, déjà dans cette vie et au-delà. Quelle que soit notre personnalité et nos difficultés, il est toujours à notre côté et de notre côté pour nous faire réussir dans le plan pour lequel il nous a créés. Dis avec moi aujourd'hui selon 1 Pierre 1:3, béni soit Dieu, le Père de notre Seigneur Jésus-Christ, qui selon sa grande miséricorde nous a régénérés pour une espérance vivante par la résurrection de Jésus-Christ d'entre les morts. Prions Dieu. Prions Dieu. Seigneur, nous te remercions vivement de l'extrême grâce que tu nous donnes de nous approcher de toi et de nous apprendre à te prier aujourd'hui. Seigneur, tu es un Père pour nous et nous voulons venir auprès de toi avec confidence, avec assurance, sachant que c'est toi qui nous donnes de bonnes choses dans notre vie et tu nous remplis de ton Esprit Saint avec abondance. Rappelle-nous, Seigneur, de l'extrême grâce que nous avons de nous approcher de ton trône, Seigneur. Remplis-nous de ton amour, de ta présence. Seigneur, donne-nous la soif de ta présence. Donne-nous, malgré toutes nos occupations, de te mettre en premier plan dans notre vie, de t'honorer dans tout ce que nous faisons. Seigneur, merci de remplir nos vies et de nous bénir abondamment au-delà de ce que nous pouvons penser ou espérer en Jésus-Christ, notre Seigneur et Sauveur. Amen. Nous voici à la fin de Transformation Point aujourd'hui avec Salvation of Christ sur AfriqueToday. Ce que nous voulons dès aujourd'hui, c'est reprendre notre vie de prière. Elle est la clé d'une vie abondante et bénie. Entrez dans le lieu secret et vous allez accomplir les œuvres du Seigneur Jésus-Christ telles qu'il promet dans sa parole. Dites la prière parfaite que le Seigneur Jésus-Christ nous a appris en tout temps. Elle est puissante et très agissante. Aucune prière humaine ne pourra jamais égaler celle que le Seigneur Jésus-Christ nous a donnée. Elle est divine et complète et ne retourne jamais à Dieu sans effet dans notre vie. Elle est vivante et efficace et nous débloque de toutes nos chaînes. Ouvrez maintenant grand vos mains pour recevoir la bénédiction de Dieu. Que le Seigneur vous bénisse et qu'il vous garde. Que le Seigneur fasse luire sa face sur vous et qu'il vous accorde sa grâce. Allez dans sa paix, allez dans son amour, passez une agréable semaine et à dimanche prochain dans une nouvelle émission de Transformation Points avec Salvation of Christ sur AfriqueToday. Merci.
Afrique Today presents Diaspora Business Network, Friday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Silver Spring Civic Building. Theme, African Diaspora, Business and Media. If you're an entrepreneur or have a nonprofit organization, this is the place you need to be. Silver Spring Civic Building, 1 Veteran Plaza, Silver Spring, Maryland, on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Get your free ticket today at event.afriquetoday.com. Afrique Today, the best of digital TV.
Ça c'est la musique de Nelly.
The seconds are the mirror. You don't need that much. Somebody else. Look at her beauty. No need to change. Nobody needs to validate. You're perfect like you are. See, I love myself. See, I love myself. I love myself, oh, just the way I am.
de t'apprendre ta vie. La source primaire de ton bonheur, c'est toi-même. Les gens vont essayer d'expliquer qui tu es. Les jaloux vont toujours parler. Ils vont parler, juger, dénigrer. Quoi qu'ils disent, il faut avancer. Dis-le, tu sais bien qui tu es. Aïe, il faut les laisser parler. Il faut les laisser parler. Laisse-les parler. Il faut les laisser parler. Nous on s'en fout, hein. Il faut les laisser parler. You like jaloux, jalousie, and now you go die. 'Cause I don't care, I love myself. You like jaloux, jalousie, and jalousie, I love myself. Oh. Les gâteurs de sauce. Turn them, turn them, turn them, turn them, make them see. Bend them, bend them, bend them, bend them, make them see. Say I love myself. Dis-le, j'y aime moi. J'y aime moi. Juste comme je suis. Juste comme je suis. Il faut s'aimer. Il faut se respecter. Il faut s'accepter. Like jaloux, jalousie, and now you go die. 'Cause I don't care, I love myself. I don't care. Like jaloux, jalousie, and jalousie, I love myself. Dis-le encore. Like jaloux, jalousie, and now you go die. 'Cause I don't care, I love myself. Like jaloux, jalousie, and jalousie, I love myself. Oh.
AfriqueToday presents Diaspora Business Network, Friday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Silver Spring Civic Building. Theme, African Diaspora, Business and Media. If you're an entrepreneur or have a nonprofit organization, this is the place you need to be. Silver Spring Civic Building, One Veteran Plaza, Silver Spring, Maryland, on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Get your free ticket today at event.afriquetoday.com. AfriqueToday, the best of digital TV.
Salut bien-aimés, chaque fois que nous suivons Transformation Point, une prière est dite pour toi particulièrement. Quand tu fais cette prière et que tu la partages dans la foi, tu t'unis dans la même prière avec les autres. En créant une chaîne de prière à partager, plus elle est partagée, plus elle est agissante et puissante. Nous entrons ainsi dans le travail du Seigneur Jésus-Christ qui multiplie ses grâces et ses bénédictions envers nous. Le Seigneur Jésus-Christ nous dit dans Jean 10:10, « Le voleur ne vient que pour dérober, égorger et détruire, mais moi je suis venu afin que les brebis aient la vie et qu'elles soient dans l'abondance. » Bien-aimés, il n'est plus question de laisser le diable nous voler de nos bénédictions et la vie d'abondance que le Seigneur Jésus-Christ est venu nous donner. À travers Transformation Point sur AfriqueToday, demeurons en prière et dans la parole de Dieu, nous allons nous voir semaine après semaine profondément transformés selon la parole de vérité qui nous donne le succès dans tout ce que nous entreprenons. Chaque fois que le Seigneur Jésus-Christ accomplit les miracles, il dit qu'il en soit fait selon ta foi. Le miracle se trouve dans notre action, le miracle se trouve dans la mise en pratique de la parole de Dieu, le miracle se trouve dans notre décision de faire ce que le Seigneur Jésus-Christ nous commande dans sa parole. Bien-aimé, tu verras les miracles de Dieu se trouver dans ta vie et tu seras transformé et profondément béni en partageant au maximum. Qu'il en soit fait selon ta foi, au nom de Jésus-Christ, notre Seigneur et Sauveur. Amen.
AfriqueToday presents Diaspora Business Network, Friday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Silver Spring Civic Building. Theme, African Diaspora, Business and Media. If you're an entrepreneur or have a nonprofit organization, this is the place you need to be. Silver Spring Civic Building, 1 Veteran Plaza, Silver Spring, Maryland, on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Get your free ticket today at event.afriquetoday.com. AfriqueToday, the best of digital TV.
Welcome to Cyber Connect, another broadcast time for cybersecurity training awareness. Let's get started by giving a special thanks to all TV viewers who send letters, who connect with us, take some time to reply through text messages, send emails also. Thank you very much. We feel re-energized and encouraged. Thank you very much. Also, I mentioned before, you can connect with us through the apps of AfriqueToday, Twitter, through Facebook, and much more. So, today we have 3 very important concepts. We have confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So these 3 concepts are very important in cybersecurity and the entire security field. So we cannot talk about cybersecurity if these 3 concepts are not going together. So to do any assessment, we need to check confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So, what is confidentiality? Confidentiality is the ability to keep the secrecy, to keep something secret. That is confidentiality. And it's really important in the field, in the case scenario, you have in workplace. You have some information in workplace that will not be disclosed to everybody. We need to keep the secrecy through this organization. So it's important to think about it. Now we have integrity. Integrity is the ability to ensure accuracy. So talking about people, we want to be to have a moral integrity. We don't lie, we don't say any false declaration. That's really important to think about integrity. You have availability is the ability to access information every time, every moment. So, like we say, we mentioned in one of our previous sessions, in cybersecurity, we deal with people, technology, and processes. And to assure secrecy, integrity, and availability, we need to check all these components all the time. The case scenario over here is when you take a hiring process. Let's talk about something you are familiar with. A hiring process in the company, they want to hire people who can keep the secrecy of the company, so confidentiality. People who have integrity, many people who are there, they don't lie, because if you keep lying through the company, it's not a good process. They keep people who have ability to keep, that can track availability of information. When information is available, they want to be sure this person could keep information available and secure. So in the hiring process, managers always track confidentiality through what you say. If you can show to a manager hiring you that you can keep secrecy of the company, you have integrity. They check your integrity through they check you normally when they hire you. There is a process called vetting, a process of vetting a candidate. When they vet a candidate, they check your moral integrity. How are you? Is it a person willing to keep the secrecy? They check all those. Availability, they check all those components. And for each process in the company, they want to check those three components: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. It's really important. And any breach to one of these three components make the process not secure at all. That's why we choose to talk about it today. We cannot extend because you have a short time, but those people who have questions, check the slide in the bottom. You're going to see those contact, our contact number. Send a question. We can respond to those questions to keep you going. Stay Cyber Connect for the French version. Thank you. Donc pour la synthèse en français, nous avons donc trois concepts en sécurité, en cybersécurité, très évidemment. Nous parlons de la confidentialité, l'intégrité et la disponibilité. Donc ces trois concepts sont essentiels lorsqu'on parle de la cybersécurité. Et lorsqu'il y a un de ces éléments qui manque, soyez-en sûrs, on ne peut pas parler de la sécurité en ce moment-là. Donc, s'il n'y a pas la confidentialité, c'est cet aspect de garder le secret. Et cette habilité de garder le secret, il faut démontrer cela. Ça se démontre par votre façon de faire, par vos déclarations et tout cela, et par votre façon de manipuler les informations. Vous avez l'intégrité. L'intégrité ici, c'est cette habilité à pouvoir retracer des choses de manière normale et appréciable, acceptable. Donc, lorsqu'on parle de votre intégrité morale, on veut savoir si vous êtes correct. Vous ne mentez pas sur des choses assez essentielles qui peuvent engager l'organisation. Donc, c'est votre intégrité morale. Donc, il est important que vous soyez intègre. Et bien évidemment, il y a la disponibilité de l'information. Lorsque un système est sécurisé, on cherche à voir la disponibilité de cette information. Donc, je prends un cas exemple ici, qui est le processus de recrutement. Dans le processus de recrutement, on essaie de voir en face des hommes qui peuvent conserver, qui peuvent garder ces éléments que nous venons de citer, c'est-à-dire la confidentialité, l'intégrité et la disponibilité de l'information. Et déjà, on voit la personne pour voir si vous pouvez garder le secret, si vous êtes intègre, si vous n'êtes pas celui-là qui va mentir sur les concepts de l'entreprise pour mettre l'entreprise en difficulté, et votre façon de gérer l'information qui est disponible à vous pour l'entreprise. Donc, on voit tous ces éléments-là. Et vos déclarations suffisent pour pouvoir vous traiter, pour apprécier. Donc, c'est de cela qu'il était question aujourd'hui. Et encore, nous disons merci à tous ceux qui écrivent. Ils sont nombreux. Et avec notre temps très court, on ne peut pas répondre à tout. J'essaie de compiler de temps en temps pour donner satisfaction. Et nous remercions tous ceux qui sont très loin, parce que la fois passée, nous avons reçu des messages de certaines personnes qui étaient très loin d'ici, de la zone d'ici, des gens qui étaient à Oklahoma, Connecticut. Donc, ça veut dire que nous sommes suivis de temps en temps. Donc, merci à vous et soyez protégés. C'était Cyber Connect.
AfriqueToday presents Diaspora Business Network, Friday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Silver Spring Civic Building. Theme, African Diaspora, Business and Media. If you're an entrepreneur or have a nonprofit organization, this is the place you need to be. Silver Spring Civic Building, One Veteran Plaza, Silver Spring, Maryland, on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Get your free ticket today at event.afriquetoday.com. AfriqueToday, the best of digital TV.
Hello and welcome to This Time Africa. And as usual, this is Black History Month. We are talking with the veterans who have fought to make sure that the flag of the United States is still standing, as you can hear from the national anthem of the United States of America. And today, I bring myself right here in the heart of Clinton in Maryland, where I am meeting with a number of fine gentlemen. Thank you very much for fighting for us and enabling us to have the peace that this country so deserves and that we enjoy now. But I have here with me to discuss today about ending Black History Month very grandly, Sergeant Major Mike, who is now commonly called Commander. I'm glad to have you on the show. And of course, Sergeant Major, you are the head of VFW 9376 here in Clinton, Maryland.
Yes, right.
What year were you in? Were you in military? What year?
I joined the military in 1974. I retired in 2015, 41.5 years from the Army.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. I also have here with me Quartermaster David Jenigan. I'm glad to have you. And what year were you?
I joined the Air Force in 1965 and I retired in 1987.
Wow, awesome, awesome. You put in a lot of years, I can see that. I also have the second in command, Senior Vice Commander Millard Reed.
Yeah. Yes, I joined the Air Force in 1956, retired in 1976.
Everybody put in over 20 years, as I can see. Thank you so very much. The Junior Vice Commander, Ulysses Harris, who is also serving as the DJ, will join us in a minute. I also have Surgeon, they call him the Surgeon because he goes to the hospitals, he visits people, and that's Charles Robinson.
Hello there. I was in the military 1969-70 in Vietnam. I didn't retire from the military. I didn't spend 20 years. Unfortunately,
I think 20 years was enough. 10 years is enough. You made your contribution. Yes. All right, and I understand we don't have the chaplain here today.
No.
Ralph Shiner is his name. He is the chaplain of this post. But our adjutant, Ronald Dickens. Ronald Dickens, nice to have you on the show.
Well, it's a pleasure being here.
All right.
Major Ronald Dickens, United States Air Force, retired. Came in 1965 and retired in 1994.
Thank you.
Past State Commander for the VFW for Maryland.
Thank you very much.
Past Commander here 3 years in a row.
Wow, wow, awesome. So how did you enjoy your time here being the commander?
Loved it, because back in them days, not many of us was around. I came here and I was still on active duty at Andrews Air Force Base, and I was looking for a VFW post that didn't have 1,000 members in it because I didn't want to go through the political wrangling that goes on sometime. So I came here and immediately I was appointed to adjutant by then Commander Frederick Key at that time. So after that, the rest is history. So I became commander after a few years and I stayed from 1991 to 1994.
Thank you so very much. I want to say again, thank you to all of you fine gentlemen around the table, because this is such an honor for me. You know what? You guys paved the way for somebody like me to come from Africa and to be a citizen here in a nice, peaceful United States of America. What a great way to celebrate and to end the Black History Month. And so, Major Mike, Commander, Sergeant Major Mike, what has been your inspiration? You left the military, you could have been doing something else, but what is the inspiration behind you just being here as a commander and doing what you do for your community? What's your goal?
Well, as a soldier for life, it's veterans, and here our main focus is veterans, their family, and the community. And that's it. It's simple. That's what we do. We cater to those, and that's what we inspire others to do.
So it's about your community. It's about the veterans that have stood there, to fight and are surviving today, their families, and also embracing the community here in Clinton, yes, or all around. And of course, it's open. Like I said, I will be coming too. I see you are very, very busy. What are the activities that you are doing? And I will come to all of these accolades, but what are the activities that you do day to day? And maybe any of you can answer after Major Mike.
Well, we offer activities such as fish night twice a month, second, fourth Friday. We have steak night, third Friday. We have Tuesday karaoke, and we serve food. And Thursday night, we have pork chop Thursday, and we sell food there. And any other activities, we do famous holidays such as Veterans Day. We put on ceremonies like that. We have Flag Day that we do, not the burning of the flag, which the official language is retiring of the flag, and we do that ceremony here, and just do what's right for veterans,
Thank you very much, and just let us know when you're doing the raising of the flag or whatever events that you have, and we'll be here because we certainly want to cover and project what you're doing, because most times it feels like when you're a veteran and you're retired, that not people that people forget you, but only on Veterans Day. So I think that we should highlight your activities day after day, like a birthday. Just celebrate it all the time. What has been the response of the people? You have been around for a while.
Yeah.
What has been the response of the community?
Well, we've gotten community involvement in quite a number of our affairs. We got a big affair coming up. It's called, we call it Community Day, and that's going to involve the community and the commanders trying to have a lot of motorcycles here, and we're going to have a motorcycle ride through the county, escorted by the police. For that day, but at the Community Day, we also have a health fair here at the same time. And we have these things all the time. We invite the community in, and they do come in, like you saw tonight, they came in for pork chop night, but one of the things that's growing here is karaoke night. We're getting a pretty good crowd in here for karaoke, and the veterans need something to do. And it turns out that not only the veterans need something to do, but the local community, they're looking for things to do too. Yes, and so we sort of tried to provide for it. We have provided our place as a meeting place for young Marines and the young cadets at high schools here too. And we participate with the high schools in doing awards for the cadets at the high school like Sheratsville, the local high schools around here. We do this, and we've been doing that for years. And I think Major Diggins can tell you some of that, because he was instrumental in getting that off the ground several years ago. So we provide the awards for them from our post, just like other veterans organizations like the American Legion, they do it too. And we attend they have at the end of the year, they generally have a big celebration at the end of the year to end their cadet year and celebrate their cadet leaders. We participate in that when they let us. And we like doing that.
You are really, really busy. Are you going to be participating in the bike ride, or have you? And what kind of format does it take?
Well, it's just for the community.
Okay.
And we have bikers from all around hoping to join in with us and help us celebrate that day.
What's the goal for the bike ride? I always see it. And when I'm driving, I'm like, what are they doing? Or what's the essence? What's that goal? What's the goal for the bike ride?
The bike ride mainly is just enjoyment. That is to get a number of bikers together and just be visible to the community and let them know just what we do at the VFW primarily.
That's very good. That's very good. So, Major Dickens, as he mentioned you, I was thinking the community coming together to support what you are doing here, and the schools. Have you been able to reach out to the schools in the community as well?
Well, let me say that our commander, Mike Eason, has done a yeoman's job of reaching out, because when I was commander back in the day from 1991 through 94, we were working on that, but the times were different then. Mm-hmm. They knew we were in the community, but it's always been my vision that in this community, we have 60-some-odd-thousand veterans in Prince George's County alone. And with this VFW here, we got the American Legion, the VFW, and Mike has elevated the activity in our post, because veterans, see, you look at where we live at. They don't want to go downtown D.C. We got a lot of retired veterans, we got a lot of younger veterans, and they don't drive at night. A lot of them live right in this area here. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we're providing some things for them and their families. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. They will come here, listen to karaoke. Yeah. I mean, we all, some of us are getting to be senior citizens. We served our nation. Vietnam area veterans, Afghanistan, you name it, we served all over the world. So this is, and we come here and enjoy one another, a company. We come here, this is our post. You have to have a key card. If you're a member, you have to have a key card to get in here.
Can I get a key card?
Well, that's
Can I get a key card?
Yes, we have a program that can get you a key card.
Right. So the commander he can bring it to the executive committee, and we'll take a look at that. But
take a look at it. Just think about it. I can be co-opted into it. But Sergeant Major Mike, Commander, let me call you Commander. everybody around the table has said that you have upped the game. What did you do to up the game? What's the ceiling? What bar are you looking at? Where do you want to take this post?
Well, first of all, I can't do anything by myself.
That's right.
So I compliment my people.
That's right.
My people support me with the years and leadership I had in the military. Doing this was a piece of cake because we come together, we come up with great ideas, and luckily what we're putting out, people like. So the community supports us, we support them, and my staff and my comrades, as we call it, we're all on the same sheet of music, and that's what makes it work, you know.
What are the challenges, maybe I would ask you, that you're facing? What are the challenges? Anybody around the table? What would you like to do? Yes.
Yeah. Well, the commander is being a little modest, but he has big plans. We have plans here for this, and we're trying to raise money so we can fix our place up. Our place is kind of small, as you can see. We use it to the max, but what we'd like to do is to enlarge it, and we do have a couple people working on some, what do they call it?
Grant writers.
Grant writers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we've gotten assistance from Lowe's and Home Depot and other places to help us in our effort to keep our place up and improve it. But what we'd like to do is to enlarge it, make it bigger in here. Plus we have a hill up here. I don't know, you couldn't see the hill tonight, I'm sure.
No.
But if you come to the day, you'll see we have a hill up here, we have a tiki bar up here, we have a big horseshoe area up there
I'm
that
coming
we
back.
have, where we have horseshoe tournaments up there.
Oh, really?
But there's a lot of room up there where we can expand, and we rent that place out besides renting this hall too. That's another fundraising activity. So we have other fundraising there. One fundraiser we got to come up in October is we're trying to put together a trip to Foxwood up in Connecticut, to the Indian casinos there. And so we'll see how that goes. But we're forever trying to make some more fun so we can improve our place here for our veterans in the community to come and take part in it.
That's right.
That motorcycle thing that we're talking about, that's just one of those big community events that we have.
It's a memorial ride. What we're going to do, we're going to leave here and take a 30-minute ride, but we're going to stop in Cheltenham at the Veterans Cemetery, and we're going to lay a wreath on a veteran's grave, and then we'll turn around and ride 30 minutes back and start the community day. So.
Wow, it seems very, very exciting. You wanted to add something about the challenges, or maybe, and I quite agree with you that I think government, I think the public, companies, industries, investors need to put a little bit here so that it can be, be fitting for what it is, for the purpose that it's serving. So did you want to add something to that?
The only thing that I would like to add to that is that we need participation. That is the goal.
Okay.
The more participation we have, the larger we can grow and get other ideas.
Yes.
And we're heading for the sky.
That's right. Yes, yes.
I want to add something to what Dan just said. Yes, we need participation, but it's up to us. Each one of us, we're eligible to be a member of the VFW. There's an eligibility requirement to be a member of the Veteran of Foreign Wars. And all of us, when I was a commander, I brought in 40 members every year I was commander, at least 40. So we have to go out and kind of beat the bushes, if you will. But we have not, heretofore, prior to Mike being commander, we have not done a real good job of letting the people know that we are here and what we offer as veterans. See, to be a member of the VFW, you have to have served in harm's way, i.e. Vietnam, Afghanistan, places like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so that we have quite a few, many veterans that have served, but we have to go out here and talk to them. They're not just going to come up and, some of them will come to us. See what I'm saying? Because they're hearing about what we're doing. Publicity is a great thing for us. Okay. What you're doing for us here tonight, that's wonderful, because we're hopeful that once this air, ever high, comes out in the media, they'll know that we are here.
And we will come to all the events that you have. Yeah. We will cover it and make sure that it's right there online and people can see it. Yeah.
So I mean, Dan is exactly right, and I think we're about 200 members, 300 members now.
We're 339 members. From July 1st, we had 235. So we've recruited 97 new members since July 1st. We're number one in our division, and as of last year, we were number one post in the state of Maryland, number 6 worldwide. And this year we hope to move up worldwide.
So you're number one in the state of Maryland.
Yes, ma'am.
That deserves a clap. Oh my God, I am so proud of you. That's very good. Why do you think that in the midst of all the posts, that this post eventually is number one? What would you, acclaim that to be? Why? What are the things that maybe you're doing differently that gives you that oomph? And I can go around the table with that question.
We're sort of centrally located in a very good location. Here we have several military installations which are relatively close to us here. And plus we have a large retirement community in this area. And we have an opportunity to come in contact with many, many people.
Okay.
So all we have to do is push and we can go forward.
That's right. It's a man of few words. Thank you. Yes. Anybody else? Why do you think, Commander, that you got to this point? I know that you're overcoming obstacles, you're jumping over barriers, and your goal is so big, but it's attainable.
Like Major Dickens said, people are seeing what we're doing, and they're liking it.
Yeah.
We have people now, we have a recruitment day when we have fish night. We don't have to recruit people now, see how we're growing. They'll come to us and want to join. We have people transferring from other posts. They live right down the street from here, but they're members across town. And they want to transfer because, hey, they say, why should I go past this post and you're doing so good? And take a chance of getting a ticket over there, coming back from having a few drinks when they could walk home from here. So, so we're getting a lot of members like that, and people really actually like what we're doing, and we hope to keep doing that.
Major Dickens,
And I want to answer
what would
that.
you attribute your success to?
Well, the fact that we are not selfish.
Good.
Veterans come together. We served all over the world, like I said earlier on. Vietnam, all over, literally all over the world. And when we come here, we have, this is us. We can come here and tell war stories. We can bring back memories.
Yes.
You know, we've been there and done that, and God has blessed us to bring us back. We're retired. You see, we have to have some place we can go, and I'm glad that we exist because of that. This is a membership post, and this is what we want. When this post was started earlier, the kitchen over here, that was the extent of this post, the extent of it. That was the extent of it at that time. We've grown what you see right now. And like past Commander Robertson said, we're trying to make it bigger, larger. When I was commander, we looked to explore the possibility of maybe going up higher, looking at the space that we have. We own our property. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we have great opportunity. So with the right leadership that we have, I mean, I think that nothing in Rome was not built in a day. We're going to get there with the comrades and the veterans coming in and see what we're doing. We'll get there.
Yes, I'm sure we'll get there. Do we all agree?
Yes.
I am very sure that we'll get there. So what's the next activity? And then we're going to talk about this. What's your next activity? You have something coming up in April or March?
Well, the regular next Friday is fish night, but April 6th is the big veteran motorcycle charity ride / community day.
You want to tell the viewers who are going to be listening to you, because this is going to air out very soon, you want to let them know what is happening and just invite them to that event.
Yeah, on April 6th, we have a motorcycle ride. Registration is $15. We start at 9 a.m. 10 o'clock, kickstands go up, and bike language means we take off.
What's that language again?
Kickstands up.
Kickstands up.
You know how you bike when you stop, you put your kickstand down.
Oh, kickstand.
So when you get ready to go, you kick it up, and kickstands up at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And we go out, and like I said, we do that ride, go 30 minutes, go to Cheltenham Veteran Cemetery. and we laid a wreath, and then we hope to have 200 plus bikers. We hope to have a mini Rolling Thunder here that day, and we're going to be escorted by the police throughout PG County, Prince George County, and we lay the wreath, and then we turn around, come back. By that time, it should be about 11:30. We'll kick off the community day, and that's free food for everyone. Kid activities such as face painting, horseback riding, health fair, veteran disability claims. We're going to have blood pressure checks, cholesterol screening. We're looking into having a blood mobile, maybe donation of blood. The fire chief is on board. The police chief is on board. We got the CERT team for Prince George County. It's just going to be a family affair, community affair.
Sounds like a big event to me.
Yeah, we want it to be the biggest thing they ever seen come out of this area.
And tell them the address and the time.
It's going to be at VFW Post 9376. Address is 9600 Brandywine Road, Clinton, Maryland. Make sure you put Clinton. If not, you'll be on the other end of Brandywine.
So it's going to be right here at VFW Post 9376, right here in Clinton, Maryland, and in the U.S. affair. I want you to be here. We are going to be riding the bike, all right? Before we wrap up, yes.
I want to just put a pitch in, and I would be remiss if I didn't do that. We're all sitting around here. We're mentors.
Okay.
We're mentors.
That's very good.
And I taught ROTC for 17 and a half years after I retired from the Air Force. Our young people, they need to know about what we do. A lot of them will listen to us because we've been there and done things. And so parents used to talk to me and say, well, Major Dickens, I don't want my child to go to ROTC because I don't want him to go to war. But everybody who take ROTC do not go to war.
Okay.
ROTC is a program that teaches kids how to get things done, how to give speeches, public speaking, how to present themselves, how to be responsible. But every one of us, these veterans sitting here, we started out 17, 18 years old, and look at us now.
That's right.
We can give many lectures to at schools. I go to schools sometime myself, and I talk to young cadets. You see, because we have to know from whence we came to know where we're going.
It's very important. In
And see,
fact,
all these
it's
veterans
so
here, they can tell you.
Yeah, and it's so important that you say that, because in order for the world to be a better place, I think it's the mentoring. It's handing over to the younger people to know how they can behave in life. Put your pants up, that kind of thing. That kind of thing. But I'm so glad you said that. So we will have you in mind when we have other programs where we need mentors to come and to show up for our public events and all of that. So we will definitely have you in mind. But I'm so proud of you. I wanted to take a trip through some of these awards that you have. If you have a minute, can you just run us through some of these achievements, please, and the pictures?
Last year we made all-state, and that's for the state of Maryland. If you get 100% membership,
And that's this one?
that's the state commander's medallion from last year for making all-state. You get a white hat.
Okay.
And then higher than that, we made all-American, which is you go through all the VFW programs, such as scholarship programs, the membership. You have to do certain items you have to purchase for the VFW, like Buddy Poppies and stuff like that. You have to do community activity reports. In order to do the report, you got to have community activities. So we've done all that, and that we reached that area last year, and for this year we've done the same. So we're in line for all-state and all-American again this year, 2 years in a row.
Wow, amazing. So before we end, we'll definitely have, a little pictures of this so that we can add that to our documentary. I want to say thank you again to all of you. I know that it's been a long evening, but the world will not be where it is today without all of you. I doff my hat to you, and on behalf of all of us who came from Africa, I want to say in French, merci. Thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Sia Matilda Banga, and you're right here on This Time Africa. I am speaking to the veterans, great veterans, who have made the American flag to stand. Thank you very much. We're right here in VFW 9376 in Clinton, Maryland. Come and have some fish fries sometimes and pork chops. I'm going to have mine. Thank you. Have a good night, and I'll be talking to some other people before we leave. I'll see you next time.
Say something.
All right, so we are here again in the VFW post 9376, but we're actually in the back where everything happens as far as what we eat and what we drink, because we're going to be part of it. And here with me is Miss Marilyn Thomas. Hi Marilyn, how are you? You are the Teacher of the Year? Yes. Oh my God, congratulations. Congratulations. I know that you're cooking, but it's okay. So if you're looking at that delicious chicken, congratulations to you for your achievement. Thank you. So you're the Teacher of the Year and you're here serving. How do you put on these two hats and how do you manage it?
Actually, I'm also the president of the VFW Auxiliary, and I do teach. I work with families in Prince George's County Public Schools, and providing resources and English as a second language classes and parenting things, anything the parent needs to help their child be successful in school. And here at the VFW, my dad was a veteran. He served in Vietnam and Indochina, and I'm here because of him and the sacrifices that he made, and I do appreciate all that the veterans do for our country. I think that we need to provide more service for them and really look after them, take care of the veterans and their families. And this is the best post that you'll find in the state of Maryland or nationally. We have a phenomenal commander who really promotes the activities and
and that's Commander Mike.
Commander Mike. All right. Yes.
Okay.
And we work very well together, which is important in order to promote the activities and be able to assist others. We have to all work together in harmony, try to be cohesiveness, and just to find the necessary resources that the veterans need and to provide that support for them.
I just love your smile. Thank you very much, Marilyn. Thank you so much. I mean, it's so wonderful that you are taking on the legacy of your dad. It's a phenomenal job to continue, you know, in his path and letting others know that he may not be here, but you are here.
That's right.
And so his spirit lives on.
Yes.
But I just love the smile of that kitchen. Who is that?
My dad and my mother, because my mother in the kitchen part and my dad in the military.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I wanted to thank you.
This is Cynthia Savoy.
Cynthia, I got your name, and I know that you do a lot with veterans' disability claims. And so I don't think we'll be doing justice if we just leave here and don't talk to you. Do you have a minute for us, please? Sure. This is This Time Africa, and we are on Afrique Today. And I also wanted to speak with Cynthia Savoy, who does a lot as far as helping other people, the veterans especially with disability and their claims, because a lot of people don't know where to go. What can you say?
Well, pretty much what I do is, you know, once I find out who they are, I get the paperwork, I mail it to them, and I write a little letter or note letting them know, you know, what I have sent to them and what they need to do. And if I need I have a contact in Baltimore for the veterans. So if they need a contact, I can always give them a name and contact, and that's what I do, pretty much, help the veterans.
All right, so you want to send a message to them if there's somebody that needs help, who do they contact?
If you need help, my name is Cynthia Savoy. If you need help, I can be reached at 240-604-6177. That's my cell phone number at all times.
Thank you so much.
You are so
You are
welcome.
doing such a great job. And so for
Thank you.
viewers again, once again, we're here in the heart of Clinton, Maryland, and this is This Time Africa. You can watch us on AfriqueToday, www.afriquetoday.com. You can download our app on your phone, or you can go to Twitter or YouTube, Facebook, and of course we are there. This is This Time Africa with me, Sia Matilda Banga. And thanks to all of you. I'm going to enjoy my meal. Let's see you next time.
AfriqueToday presents Diaspora Business Network, Friday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Silver Spring Civic Building. Theme, African Diaspora, Business and Media. If you're an entrepreneur or have a nonprofit organization, this is the place you need to be. Silver Spring Civic Building, One Veteran Plaza, Silver Spring, Maryland, on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Get your free ticket today at event.afriquetoday.com. AfriqueToday, the best of digital TV.
Smile, you're on candid camera. Hello and welcome to AfriqueToday. Today, the Watch Democracy movement brings together African leaders in one room to discuss issues that are relevant to them. And one of the issues being immigration. And today we're joined via satellite by the founder and the president and CEO of African Communities Together, ACT. And that's no other person but Amaha Kassa, who joins us via satellite from New York. Hi, Amaha, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be with you.
All right, so we want to hear from you. I know that you've been talking to other communities, but this is a different group in a different room. And so we would like to hear from you what African Communities Together is doing to help the community of Africans and other communities as well. And then after that, of course, the members in the room will be obligated to ask you some questions. I'm sure you're ready for that. All right, let's hear from you.
So the important thing to remember with regards to immigration and immigration law and immigration policy is that even in this current moment where we have a political administration that has demonstrated itself to be so hostile to many of our countries and to many of our people here in this country, is that we still, as Africans in America, as Americans, that we still enjoy certain fundamental rights. And it's important to protect those rights and to defend those rights and to vindicate those rights. So the first thing that my organization does is work with people in immigration legal services to ensure that they are adjusting their immigration status, that they are taking full advantage of the immigration laws. For example, we provide immigration legal services in both our New York and Washington, D.C. offices, and then we receive phone calls often from people all over the country where we try to refer them to free or low-cost immigration legal services close to them. The second is that we educate the community how to protect their rights under the law. So we organize trainings in New York. We hold these monthly in something that we call the Community Guardians Network, where we go in depth to help people understand if you are confronted by immigration enforcement, by law enforcement, how should you behave? How should you, if there's a knock on your door and ICE is there looking for you or a member of your family, what are your rights in that moment? If you are witnessing an interaction, do you have the right to videotape it? If someone from your church, mosque, or association says, one of my family members was detained by ICE yesterday, what is likely to happen to that person and how can you support them? So that's the second thing. So direct immigration, legal services, and then education. The third thing rather that we do is we work to change the laws and policies of this country. We do that through legislation, and we also do that through litigation. With respect to legislation, one big concern for us right now are the thousands of Africans from 6 different countries who have benefited from a program called Temporary Protected Status, or TPS, or a very closely related program called DED, or Deferred Enforced Departure. And those countries include Guinea, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Sudan, South Sudan, and Somalia. And we can report now that Congress will be introducing legislation. It's anticipated to be introduced on March 12th. That, along with Dreamers, undocumented youth, would provide a path to status for TPS holders, DED holders, and former TPS holders. And we're going to be working very hard to ensure that that passes into law, and that as it's negotiated, it does not leave out any of our vital communities. And the very last thing I'll say is that sometimes we have to go to the courts and ask them to defend our rights. And we have done that already in the litigation called Ramos v. Nielsen. We're one of 9 plaintiffs who sued the Trump administration for ending the TPS program. We said, that not only did the Trump administration not follow proper procedure in ending that program, but when Donald Trump said to a group of lawmakers this horrible slur, which you can't say on camera, referring to African and Latin American countries, that was clear evidence that the program was ended out of bias. The judge said that we had a strong case and granted an injunction that maintained TPS for Sudan and the 3 other countries. And I can tell you now that we are planning within the next week to introduce similar litigation on behalf of holders of deferred enforced departure from Liberia. And we'll have more to share about that, hopefully in the very near future.
All right, thank you very much, Amaha. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that somebody's hand is already up. So Amaha spoke about, we do have a representative here though from the DC office. Thank you for stopping by. I'm sure that the questions are already ringing out in our minds, not embodying the legislation, whether it's from training or the TPS. So the floor is now open. Victor?
Yeah, Mr. Amaha, thank you very much for your presentation. A year ago, we heard that Trump also planned to, I think, to terminate lottery visa program. And we watched a lot of movement, especially Spanish. They were very active, they lobbied. But we did not see a lot of Africans being concerned. I was part of some movements. We went to the Congress, but we were like less than 50 people to go and play for the whole African continent. So what is the program of CTC also in regard of the program of lottery visa? Do you guys have any contact in the Congress so that we can put this also as a list or to lobby there? Or if not, we can work together also to, because I see that you guys are more powerful than our individual movement. So is there any program that you have? Otherwise, do you have any contact in Congress? If not, can we work together so that we can introduce you to some Congress people so that this program also be, we didn't know that Africans also are very concerned about this project to terminate or to end lottery visa.
Yeah, it's an excellent question. The diversity lottery, the diversity visa program, sometimes called the green card lottery or the lottery program, admits over 40,000 immigrants legally to the U.S. every year. Something like 40% of the beneficiaries of that program are from Africa. The top receiving countries from the diversity visa program are Egypt and #1, and then Ethiopia #2. Our DC chapter president, who's in the room with you, Bert Bayou, Bert came to the country as a diversity lottery winner, and it's a very important program, and one unfortunately about which there are a lot of misconceptions. The term lottery has really been misrepresented to make it sound like someone's standing out in street corners in Addis Ababa or Lagos handing out green cards left and right, when we know that it is a multi-year process of being screened and being found to be eligible for the program before you're admitted to this country. So we will fight for the program. There have been unfortunate attempts to end it. Some of them we have fought back in public, in the press. Bert has been part of those, has been a public spokesperson at at Actions to Save the Program. But one of our biggest fights came about a year and a half ago, when there was a proposal to cut the program, to eliminate it entirely in exchange for essentially relief for dreamers. The line taken was that, well, we're going to eliminate the green card, the diversity visa lottery, and in exchange, we'll do employment and family preferences for Africa. And, we worked very closely with other Black immigrant organizations, an organization called UndocuBlack Network, and with the Congressional Black Caucus to inform members of Congress why this was insufficient. Only 1% of employment-based visas currently go to Africa. We know that there's rampant employment discrimination, and the idea that you would replace a program like the diversity lottery with employment and family preferences, when the whole point of diversity lottery is that many African countries have limited family reunification means to come to this country and face employment discrimination. It was just entirely unacceptable, and we're happy that the Congressional Black Caucus rejected that proposal and informed the leadership of the Democratic Caucus that it was unacceptable and that it was rejected. But Victor, I think that we will be in that fight again. The administration has put this program in its crosshairs, and unfortunately, even some of the original Democratic authors of the program, like Senator Chuck Schumer, who helped create the program, have not been strong advocates for it. So we need to help put some steel in their spines.
All right, thank you. Anybody else has a question? I think it's a forum like this, Amaha, that you will also need to support you in that fight. I think it's a necessary fight. And just to add to that question, Victor, I think knowing our rights and knowing that it's presence that makes a difference. The reason why the Latino community is making the difference because they have a presence. So us coming together, as like us in this room and our organizations, will also bring that great presence, and then they will hear us. All right, thank you. I have another question.
Hi, Amaka. My name is Cindy Garcia. I'm the Legal Services Program Manager for Task International. And
Okay.
I just wanted to say that I know Kiwa from DC, from the DC office. She's a very wonderful colleague that I've gotten to know over the past couple months. She does a fantastic job. She's very passionate about what she does. And really, I just wanted to say congratulations on the TPS victory.
All right. Yes.
Thank you, Cindy, and we very much appreciate working with Task. Task refers us cases, and very often we refer Task cases. We really are all committed to the same goal of ensuring that everyone receives really high quality immigration legal assistance and gets the help that they need. And we really value the partnership with Task and look forward to continuing to work with you.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
My name is Yaya Fanusi. I'm a Republican. I'm a Trump Republican. I belong to the Trump underground. we also have been working on this for the African immigrants, so we don't go out and say what we're doing. So you guys will take as much credit as you have. You don't know what we're doing to protect our people here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. I know you're doing it for the community. Anybody else? Any other question? Yes, Dr. Bland.
Question to Professor. The president has the authority to allow, it was 1 million people per year as immigrants into the United States under his signature alone. Have we made any inroads into seeing that a percentage of that is inclusive of people coming from Africa? And has that number changed up to 2 million now? It was always 1 million for a long period of time. That's the authority of the president.
It's an excellent question. I think that really the momentum that we've been seeing has been going in the opposite direction. Under the Refugee Resettlement Program, in the last year of the Obama administration, refugee resettlement numbers were right around 100,000 resettled, and of that, usually about 40% came from Africa. Obviously, it fluctuated year by year in response to various humanitarian disasters. Under the Trump administration, really we've had two significant developments. One is an escalation in enforcement of immigration law, which is some of the things that I talked about, increased activity by ICE, enforcement where it didn't used to take place historically, such as, in courtrooms, in of law, that kind of thing. But then the second is, and really I think this has been driven by some people in the administration, like in particular Stephen Miller, that there's been a targeting of the avenues for legal immigration, including programs like the diversity visa program and including refugee resettlement, and seeking to either eliminate them or drastically scale them back. What that's meant for the refugee resettlement program is two things. One is that the admission numbers have dropped to record lows, lows that we haven't seen in decades. I'm not going to remember the exact numbers off the top of my head, but it's something like dropping from about 100,000 to dropping to 30 to 40,000. And then on top of that, so the numbers have, the pipeline has slowed down. It's already a multi-year process for a refugee to be screened and prior to being admitted to this country. There's extensive biometrics, background testing, and so forth. And that process is stretched out even further. So what was perhaps a 2-year pipeline is now a 4 or 5 year pipeline. So, the issue that you're raising of equity and parity in resettlement numbers is important, but the point is that the pipeline has grown so narrow that very few people are being resettled whatsoever. So it's a real, there's an important role for the U.S. to play in sharing the humanitarian obligation with the other countries of the world. We know that most refugee resettlement actually happens in neighboring countries, right? So it happens in countries like Ethiopia, Kenya, Jordan, etc., that absorb influxes of displaced peoples. But it's important for the developed countries of the world to shoulder part of that burden. And unfortunately, in the last couple of years, we've seen a retreat from some of those historic obligations. And so that's something that we really need to rebuild.
All right, thank you very much. So Amaha, my question would be, what kind of support would you consider or would you want from an big organization like this? What kind of support are you looking for from leaders from the African community?
Yep. Well, so just having heard part of the meeting and seen your agenda and hearing the perceptive questions, I think that it's clear that all of you are leaders in your respective areas, and that you're working, pursuing a number of strategies for advancement of our communities, both here in the U.S. and back on the African continent. So I think first and foremost, keep doing what you're doing. It's exciting and it's great to hear about. Secondly, I think as Victor and other people have referenced, we really are stronger together. We are going to be engaging in a range of action from meetings with our members of Congress, public actions, sometimes actions over social media, to advocate for various issues affecting our communities. A lot of that in the near future is really going to be focused on temporary protected status from Guinea, Liberia, Sierra Leone. We know we have a lot of members of those communities within the DMV region, as well as the other TPS holding countries, including Sudan, South Sudan, and Somalia. So we would urge people to get involved. It's especially powerful if you're, for those of you from Maryland, our senators have actually been great, on TPS, great leadership on TPS. Virginia, there's still more to do. In terms of educating our representatives on TPS and asking them to take leadership. Again, TPS bill drops March 12th, and we have probably about a month before it works its way out of the House, in which to make sure that our communities are included and the bill passes. So one resource that I want to put out to you, and maybe Bert, you can pass around a sign-up sheet or collect contact information since you're there in person. We organize a monthly call that's called ALEF, the African Immigration Legislative Forum. African Immigrant Legislative Forum, my apologies. So ALEF, the African Immigrant Legislative Forum, that is essentially an update on federal immigration policy for African immigrant organizations, leaders, and African serving organizations. To hear what's happening with immigration policy and how you can get involved. So there's an email listserv and conference call, and that's one of the best ways where you can hear, learn, and take information that you can share back with your community and get activated.
All right, thank you very much. Do we have any other questions? No? We're fine. So how do we reach you? For those viewers who will be watching this later, how can we reach ACT? How can we reach you or your staff if we have any further questions?
You can always contact us via our website, which is www.africans.us. So that's Africans with an S.us. Or contact our number, our main conference line, which is 347-746-2281, or send an email to info@africans.us. And for those of you in the room, wanted to be sure that you can connect with our DC, Maryland, Virginia staff, and hoping that we will continue to build the partnership and work closely together.
All right, thank you very much, Amaha. It was great. It's always great listening to you and just enlightening us. This again is AfriqueToday. We hope to see you and hear from you again. Thank you very much. This is me, Sia Matilda Banga. Thank you.
You want it or not?